And we did it. Guys, I have to say, Sterling is so funny. He's
No intro.
uncomfortable. He was like, "Wait, there's no intro?" He's like, I never watched the start of your videos. You don't have an intro?" I was like, "I don't need an intro. We just want to people just want to chat. We don't need to introduce me. We just go on." He was like, "So you just click and you're on?" Sorry,
It's like
Keela, we're late.
it's like a movie with no trailers. You walk in and all of a sudden it's like boom, titles. Here we go, or right to the first scene.
I don't need no intro. We're that cool, Sterling. We don't know how to make one, therefore we don't do it, and we don't need to.
My mojo has been tainted.
He's got all the cool, fancy
Gadgets.
bells and whistles, guys. Not over here in the Midwest. We just do it. We just go on. We just show up.
It's all talent in the Midwest. I have to use these tricks and gadgets to get people interested.
See,
over there, it's just personality and nothing else.
Pure talent. It's just pure talent.
Hey,
Sterling,
what's up?
Sterling, we haven't chatted. Last week we had the three of us, which was so fun.
It was super fun.
But we haven't done our thing. Our routine got messed up, and so I'm glad that we're back to the Riesling.
Double messed up because no intro. So, guys, okay. if I'm off tonight, that is mostly Reese's fault. But we wanted to make sure that she was the primary streaming channel because in the last week, we've had no success in streaming to her channel for some reason, which I think was partly planned.
Oh, that's right. I forgot already. Last Sunday, we couldn't even stream to my channel. Nope. That's right.
No, you were upset about
freaking out. Well, I was freaking out too, remember? But people were like, "What happened to her channel? She's gone. It's done." Yeah. So just go watch
on Sterling's. Just go watch on Sterling's. You're good. You're good.
Mm-hmm. Switch off Reese's. How is everyone tonight? How are our little Kit Kats? What's going on?
Yeah.
What'd you do today? Is it warm there? Because I've been freezing all day.
Warm, 60, 50. It's cold, 59, 60. Yeah, it's kind of like a chilly day.
Okay, that's cold for you. We had a 62-degree day here, and I opened every window in the house. So.
Yeah, no, I had to wear a sweater today to walk to my car, and then from my car to the coffee shop. So no, it was brutal actually. I felt like those kids back in the 20s that had to walk to school in a driving snowstorm for a mile and a half. That's kind of how I felt. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, sympathy. Everyone just sympathy, please, sympathy.
See, this is why I think Sterling and I get along so well. There's a lot of drama between the two of us. There's a lot of dramatic.
Very dramatic. Very. Yeah. No, to answer your
question. I told
a
lady in a store yesterday, I was like, I don't want to be dramatic, but I can't breathe. Because I was just flipping out.
Was it the price of the shoes you were trying to buy were too high, or what? Why were you hyperventilating?
No, I was at Sephora and something really good happened and she fixed it for me. But I was like checking my pulse and I was like, I can't breathe. It's too much to go on. Anyway, go on. What about your sweater and walking to the car for a mile in 60 degrees freezing?
Yeah, no, brutal. I mean, it was. And there was even a cold draft that flew through the parking lot on my way in that was like, I mean, wow. I almost turned around at that moment. And then my coffee wasn't the right temperature. It wasn't as hot as it could have been. The French toast was a little, I mean, it's been a rough day. I have to tell you.
Yeah. Did you call into work and say it was just the temperatures just were not
I did.
Easy
I did say I won't be able to make it tomorrow because of all the drama today, but that's a day off should fix everything. A day off should fix everything.
Absolutely.
Now I sound high maintenance. That is
no, not at all.
For one of my best friends, whenever she's nagging me on the phone a little bit too much, I'm like, yeah, you're high maintenance. You think so? And I go, yes. And all you have to do is keep reaffirming that. And it backs them off enough to where you won't get any critical remarks. It's a brilliant plan. I use it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody told me I was high maintenance, I would not disagree with that. I would
right.
Say so.
Own it.
Jeff doesn't ever tell me that, but I know that he knows it. He knows it.
It's a fact. And how about you? How's your day besides this?
Live? It's weird. Like I said, I have been freezing all day. And now I was telling Sterling before the live started, you guys, like, I want to rip this off. I'm really hot. And this is just very thin. So it's not like a heavy sweater, but, we didn't get a lot accomplished today. I really wanted some cheese enchiladas. It didn't happen. And same thing. It was really a huge disappointment.
It was lackluster. It was like
that's a word that needs to be used more, by the way.
Right? It's a great word.
It's a great word.
I think these in-between days, right before the 2 weekends before Christmas, somehow always fall short. I don't know what it is. There's no major sports for me to play. All my leagues are closed right now. There's football on. There's some good football games on today, but I usually don't watch a lot of football. I hate the commercials. So yeah, it's just been like a in between, not really knowing where I'm going or what I'm going to do today. Only thing I had to look forward to is this conversation. So
samesies. I did eat a Christmas sugar cookie that brought my spirits up enough that it made me tired to take a nap.
And that's right when I called you.
He called me and I called him back like 20 minutes later and I was like, I'm trying to take a nap.
Good thing is I don't keep calling you though. I don't keep calling you. If I don't get an answer, I know you'll call me back. So I'm good.
Yeah, that's typically how I do things too. Have you ever been that way? I don't chase people like that. I don't keep calling. Yeah, no, definitely not. But I have a huge fear of rejection. So if someone doesn't call me back, I just block them and send them a letter of disconnection.
If it's a certain friend, I do, or even if it's my twin brother, I'll make sure, like if he ever calls me on my day off or calls me late at night or early in the morning, I make sure to return the favor. I will wait until the next morning, very early or late at night to call him just so he knows how it felt. The one thing I can't stand is when I'm called right before I'm going to bed. That drives me insane. It doesn't happen a lot, but yeah, that drives me crazy.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of friends, Sterling, so I really don't know how that works, the calling thing. But I'd say lately you're my friend because we actually talk on the phone. Yes. But I don't know the proper etiquette there. I really don't. I know not to call you because you have a real job.
Yeah.
But so I let you call me. But
right.
I don't do well with that. I really don't. Like there was a girl I tried to become her friend like a month ago, and I was like, I'd like to be your friend. She was like, yeah, I'd love that. And I was like, okay, so how do we do it? Like, do I come over or
is there a manual?
And she was like, yeah, no, I'd love to. Let's definitely get together. And then I called her the next week and she was like, I'm so glad you called. And I said, cool. How do we do this? What do we do? And she was like, yeah, we'll definitely get together. And I was like, bye. Yeah, I don't do this more than once. Like, if you mean it, yeah, well, and just like, the string along thing, like, yeah, we'll definitely, it's like, I'm really good at dating and reading those things because I always said to people like I worked with, if he's not calling, he's not into you. He's just not like, there is no, I'm busy. I've been,
that's a lie. Yeah. If a person likes you, they're going to call you no matter what. Yeah,
exactly. He's going to make the time. He's going to call. He's going to pick up the phone and call you. So it's the same thing with a friend. I feel if you say you want to be my friend, why aren't you calling?
Is this a trait that you just have in general, or is this something you think you picked up from growing up inside a cult out of curiosity?
That's a good, curious question.
Right. Because I wonder, because there's a lot of weird sort of habits I have when it comes to returning phone calls and the amount of effort someone else puts in, that I wonder if I would have been that way normally, or if it's something I picked up from being inside the cult, because mind you, I didn't get to date, but I don't think you did a whole lot of dating either. The girl I married, I knew her for 6 months before we got married. I went on 2 dates.
I started dating at 13. So
yeah, I've now officially had more conversations with you than my ex-wife, who I was married to for 8 years. So
that's not healthy. I just want to be the first to point that out. I'm not a therapist. I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but that's not healthy.
That's not healthy.
That's a good question. I think that there's a lot of weird personality quirks now that I'm actually learning myself more than ever, coming on YouTube every day.
Yeah.
And getting having to face the crowd, face the music, people's feedback. There's a lot that goes into having to unpack some things. So
yeah,
I think Sterling, I can't blame everything on the cult.
No.
But I think it's a weird personality flaw, whether it came from that or not. But I also think it's because we didn't go to school, right? Like high school to get that normalcy of friendships and go to prom and college. Bo, we're not going to do this tonight. And go to college, and you know what I mean? There was no of that building relationships.
Yeah, and I don't even consider it a flaw necessarily. So it's not like wouldn't be something to blame on Scientology, but did it come about from not from Scientology, but because being a Scientologist, the environment we grew up in, for instance, like you say, no dating. You dated a little bit. I didn't get to date in high school. Usually that's where you get over all the rejection problems. Is in high school when you have a captive audience, and then afterwards, I would assume it's a little easier. But I found out that that's not always the case. It is a personality by personality basis. For instance, my brother Justin, he used to go out in LA clubbing on Saturday nights and Friday nights, and he would go, oh, I'd go out, I'd ask 10 girls, 8 of them would reject me, 2 of them would say yes. I'd go home with 1 of them. And it was that was his formula. Not me. I'll spend all night surveying the room and pick the one I want to talk to. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But
that's Justin how I would do it.
Okay.
That's how I would do it. Yeah. Nope. Not a numbers person, but now that we're talking about that, Sterling, it is interesting. Like all the socially normal things that you and I missed out on. Even though we came from 2 totally different backgrounds, there are a lot of similarities that we missed, things that I'm pretty sure builds character and confidence in when you go out into the real world with friends. You also tend to do that with friends that you bring along with you from childhood or college.
Right. Exactly.
So I kind of do blame Scientology in this. Like I didn't have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you lost a friend circle too. You lost a percentage of your friends that would be your wingman or would be the one that introduces you to that someone, or a lot of different things. I think
I'm not social though. I'm not so like I'm not introverted. If I were single, I would have no problem going up and being like, "Hey, do you want to date me? Like, would you like to spend money on me at a nice restaurant?"
Yeah.
It would be super awkward, but I don't have a problem doing it.
Right.
So I'm not introverted about it. I think also, like I said about the disconnection thing, this is something I want to talk to you about, by the way. This is real, actually. I kind of want to get into this because Jeff has, I don't want to say accused me of this, but like he says I do this all the time. And he's like, it's your Scientology background. You don't realize you're doing it. And I kind of was like, I want to bring this up to Sterling because he's so not. You're so nice, though, Sterling. We're not really similar here.
I'm not perfect, guys. I have anger problems from time to time. Not usually. I've really worked on letting go of it. So I'm not perfect. But when I do like you, Reese, when I do like Jackson, who's a good friend of mine, Aaron, the people I speak to, Janice, it's very easy for me to sit down and listen. I do enjoy listening because I also value how much other friends who would listen to me in times, it's valuable to me. And I think it is a skill set. So I am particular about that. I don't have a large circle of friends, but I want to hear what you were about to say. So don't let me get distracted.
I love that, Sterling, but I also think you've done a lot of healing. Like, I love that about you. You have so much that you've reflected on you've told me privately too, like things where you've come from just in your own mind. Like I used to have issues with this or deal with this, but now I've come to a point where I've unfolded it all and I see it and I've realized it. I love that you can do that. I'm trying to do that too. And I have in a lot of ways, but here's my question. And I think it's just going to be me here. I just kind of feel like your answer isn't going to be the same, but because of my dad, because of who my dad was, he was all about basically disconnecting from anything and everything when I was growing up. Like if it doesn't suit you, if it's not the right tone level, if it's not, now he didn't do that with other Scientologists, but he also didn't have a big group of Scientologists he hung out with. We were in the middle of a place where there wasn't an org. So we were around a lot of non-Scientologists. But my point is, he was always like, well, then I'm done with it. I'm done with you. Then I'm not going to have we're not going to have a communication. We're not going to have a relationship. Like he was very of that mindset. So now in life, I feel like I'm that way. Like Jeff said to me, I said, I don't have friends because he goes, you don't have friends because you don't see the value in friendships. You don't value it. And I thought, actually, he's probably right. Like, I don't see it. If it doesn't work for me, I don't have a problem being like, okay, well, don't ever call me again. Like, there's no emotional attachment. That's not good. That's like a serial killer. But it's the truth. I can live with or without anybody. If Jeff and I have a fight, I literally will. Since I've known the man, I've dumped him 100 times. I literally will be like, this isn't working for me anymore. Bye. Not into this anymore. I'm very upfront about it. I've said a million times, I want a divorce. I'm not doing this anymore. He's like, you're so quick to walk away. You have no problem cutting ties with the person you're married to. And he's like, that's a Scientology thing.
That's
Is it though?
So, but I think you've broken into two parts, Reese. I think that's one part. That's a relationship. When you're in an actual relationship, it's a little bit different scenario. There's different things contributing to a decision like that when you're in a long-term relationship. On the other hand, I'm a little bit like you in that way. If I have a friend or someone that's not making any effort or talking to me, I can have a friend that and he is truly my friend. And I'll give a perfect example. I've got a good friend named Shane, who was never in Scientology, and he's one of my favorite people. We can go 6 months without talking to each other. And then a week, he'll go, Sterling, what are you doing this week? I don't know. What are you doing? Now, mind you, he has a wife and kids. So, it's harder for him to get out. I'm single. Or even when I've gone out before and I've had someone with me, we've gone as a group, but it's instantaneous with that person as far as a friendship goes. He'll call me, we'll go do something. No problem. Okay. I have another friend like that was in the church with me. We won't speak to each other. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, hey, you want to grab coffee? She'll meet me wherever we want to have coffee. Those are my friends. Cause I don't sit there talking to all my friends all the time. But if I became a friend of yours and there was no mutual effort back and forth,
yes,
you go by the wayside pretty quickly. I will always, and this is known about me, I will always pick up my phone and I will always answer a text message. And even if we don't talk in 6 months, I'll always do that because I don't know if you're stuck on the side of a road, if it's an emergency, or if you're in trouble. I always pick up my phone. You can ask any of my friends, any of my family. It's just what I do. It's what I've always done. So I think in that regard, if there's not some reciprocation right away with someone that I'm not in a really strong relationship with, they will go by the wayside and I will forget to talk to them or, that sort of thing. But I always do answer my phone if they reach back out right away. I think the in a relationship is different because when I'm in a relationship, I'm very, you'd probably have to, survey the girls that I've dated or been in relationships with, but
we've got people calling them now.
Yeah, right. I do think I'm pretty caring and I'm interested in the person and, I would love to spend time with them. And like you found out about me, I could care less if they played sports. Actually, I would be more interested in them doing things I don't do so I could experience more things because I already know how to experience my sports, surfing, tennis, all these sort of things. The only thing I won't do is play tennis with them. If they suck. Sorry. but no, so I don't think it's all Scientological because disconnecting by Scientology terms is something a little more drastic than that. But maybe it is a small remnant of it because I also believe my twin brother Justin's a little bit like that.
Thank you, Jamie T. I'm starring some of these, by the way, guys, as he's talking.
Yeah, because I don't we're definitely going to cover him. Yeah. I know when you have me on, it takes away from the full-time interaction with the chat. But we will get to those.
My people know that. They get it. It's okay. And they're all very engaged. People look forward to our chat, Sterling. They always do. And I especially do. I love chatting with you.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good for me to say the things out loud that I've experienced, but also I love you sharing with me what you talk about. I mean, again, maybe at some point at the end of this, I won't want to beat the crap out of your father, but I still there's a little bit of anger that boils up when I talk to you thinking about how your father treated you and the different things he did. It just drives me insane. I said on my live last night, the only thing my dad's ever done to me is disconnect from me when I left Scientology. As far as in Scientology, I have to say for a horrible situation, he did his best and I'll never question that. And my parents, all of them were good people. And I know that for a fact. And I'm lucky. I know that I'm lucky because whether you're in Scientology or out, parents can just be bad or they can just be good. It's not always Scientology that influences that part of it.
I know. And I like to ask you these things because I just like to compare too. Can you, since I have the mic tonight, can you hear all that noise with the dog? It tends to drown it out. So
maybe I'm hearing, I keep thinking it's something I'm hearing, but
okay, but it's not like super loud. Like I hear stuff that's super loud. I don't think this mic is supposed to be really good at that. Okay.
No, the mics are awesome at that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that this is kind of strange. I want to work on it's only been almost a year. In a few weeks, it'll be a year. So I have so many things daily. That's why I do lives daily because I have enough. My mom's like, "Do you think you'll ever run out of things to talk about?" And I'm like,
No.
No. I mean, also I'm just chatty anyway, but there's so many things. I'll even put notes in my phone. I'm like, I want to mention that.
Right.
I always am trying to work on things, kind of like you. You and I are similar there. Like we identify it and then we want to try to make it better. I want to
Yeah.
work on that. I want to stay stuck in that. That's one thing though that I haven't been able to improve at all. Like
Right.
if I feel like something is not good for my well-being, if I like I've always said I'm a huge believer in divorce. Not to be a downer, but it's just people should not stick things out, in my opinion, just because you said your vows. If it's super awful, I feel like you should go try to find happiness, whether
Yes.
that be with somebody else or by yourself. But like don't stay miserable just because you signed a contract.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I just find myself weighing it out and still to this day being like, I'm much better. Jeff tells me, he's like, "You're so much better than you used to be," which I don't always love to hear that. Um, but I do know that still to this day, I will just, it's like, I'm trying to describe it. I'm not describing it how I want to. It's like I have no emotion. I
Right.
cut all the emotion out and I'm like, this isn't working for me and I'm done. I'm
I
just done.
think
I'm not
that
crying.
part,
I'm not
yeah.
upset. Yeah, it's creepy. That's what I mean. I feel like Jeffrey Dahmer. Like
Well, but
there's just
that part
no,
of it, I think, is Scientology
I
because
do
you
too.
are taught to have no emotion about it, to make it a cold-hearted decision about the future of the human race or your feelings. And that's what we're taught in the disconnection rule. And the
Yes.
reason why Scientologists do so easily disconnect is because they believe they are choosing between the future of mankind, humankind,
Yes.
and that
Now,
one personal relationship, which is horrible.
this
Um,
person must not be a follower of me. Holly, it's totally fine that you asked this, but I don't think you probably watch my channel. Yes, I definitely feel empathy. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about something that Barb, Sylvie, let's see, SPTV Tattoo Warrior right here. If you lost one of us, me, Keela, Barbara, I think you would mourn us. Of course. So that's what I mean. It's a weird situation, Sterling, that I'm having a hard time articulating.
yep.
Um, it's actually different with a relationship like Barb just said.
Mhm.
I think, I don't know about you, but in Scientology, we're taught on my side of the fence, like mother, father, sister, brother, blood, non-blood, best friend. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
you have to be able to cut any tie at any time and be okay with it and not cry about it, pretty much. And
Exactly.
I was taught that. So it's weird, when I was married, he died. I still cry all the time about that.
Right.
It's that's what I mean. I'm trying to describe it and it's not coming out right. Oh,
Yeah,
you do
no,
watch my channel? Okay, that's okay, Holly. I just you asking me that, I wondered if you'd never seen me before.
right.
Yes, I would say I feel empathy. Yes.
Right. No, I would say you do too. I think it's remnants of a little bit of Scientology based on my observation. But again, I think it applies differently inside a relationship than it does with friends and acquaintances. So it is differing. I mean, I also find it easy sometimes to walk away from someone rather than sit down and have the conversation with someone if I'm
Yeah.
upset or if I have a disagreement. And I've realized now I'm out, 15 years, 16 years now, 15
Mhm.
years. Yeah, almost 20.
Yeah.
You're out 1 year. So first of all, you're doing fantastic in my mind.
Thank you.
But it is hard to get over that. I still, even 2 or 3 years ago, will instead of having resolving that conversation or just trying to handle it or trying to see the other person's side, it's far easier to disconnect and disconnect in a human way, not a Scientology way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it necessarily right. Now, I do have people in my life that I don't speak to right now, but and there's boundaries too, though. You have to realize there's boundaries because no matter what conversation you may have with some people, you just do not get along. It does not work.
Yes.
Your
Oh, yeah.
personalities do not match. And I have a few people in my life like that. And it's not worth it's like you saying, staying in a relationship when there's no longer love and you do push each other's buttons is not beneficial. What's beneficial is remaining acquaintances, but not putting yourself in a situation where you can build the anger or the hate and have the constant conflict. So I think there are remnants of it, like you say.
I agree with this too. Yes. A couple people, I've been starring some comments, but this is kind of the general. I think you are protecting your heart by cutting off emotion in some cases. I think it's definitely protecting oneself in some way. Let's see. So I was just going to say, Rachel said you shut down when you think you're going to get hurt. So you just turn off. Definitely. Blake said something. I don't think it's Scientology. It's just learned disassociation. You might be able to trigger it, or you might not know if it triggers. It's a coping mechanism for you now. Yes. Blake, I think you nailed it. I think that's right.
By the way,
agree with that?
I think Blake is AI at this point. That dude's got an intelligent comment on almost every subject, whether it's movies, sports, like I don't know, man.
And did you know that he's 16?
Yeah, he's too bright for his age. And but by the way, we love you, Blake, and we appreciate you.
He's
always
not 16, but I think he is only 22. Blake
Yeah.
is super young and he's amazing. And like the community agrees. He's helped a lot of people in the community. He's amazing.
It's fantastic. And I think I agree with, like, there's also a mechanism where it's like, you know, out of sight, out of mind too. You can't be hurt if you don't put any effort into it anymore.
Yes.
And that's something I was doing, but without recognition of how it was affecting the other person. So you would like to say it's selfish, but that wasn't really in the equation. It was, I just don't want to be hurt anymore. And because even though I wouldn't acknowledge it all the time, you do carry a lot of pain and hurt from Scientology. There's no question about that. Their auditing, their processing did not address that and did not fix it. So you do have to deal with that on your own when you do leave.
Totally. Yeah. This looked interesting, Susie. When someone has been hurt a lot, disassociation is so common and normal. You've been hurt a lot and it started at a very young age. Okay, guys, see, again, this is opening my eyes. I didn't even know that. And it's helping me so much that the chat, like there's a ton of people saying, I've never been in Scientology and I do that. So it must be more of, interestingly enough, I think it's a Scientology thing. You think it may come from that too. Maybe it is just like a trauma thing.
Well, let's say it's not a Scientology rule, but because you were abused in Scientology, you built in that mechanism. So it is still coming from that source to some degree, because had you been raised in a good household with loving and decent parents, it could be different. But again, I just want to clarify this because this is a point I see coming up with some people speaking about it. Guys, if you have shit parents, they were probably going to be shit with or without Scientology. You know, I know of several people that have horrible parents. My parents were in Scientology and they were far better than these parents.
Exactly. So I think my dad was a shit person way before Scientology. And is my guess.
Exactly. I would guess that too. I would absolutely guess that too. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know the answer to that. Like,
I know, right? I know. Well, I know my father's sisters. I know my stepmom's brothers and sisters as well. And they were all lovely people. So I'm going to imagine that they would have been, if they were half of what those people were, my parents would have been good. So I'm just going to go based on that because I know how my dad was raised and I've seen, you know, I know his sisters, I knew his mom, I knew his father, my grandfather and grandmother. So I'm going to guess that he was. And even with all the pressures of Scientology, being removed from post, Dave Miscavige hating him, my dad always tried to do what was best for me and always tried to do something for me. And you know, what do you say about that? I mean, even my real mother, who didn't spend a lot of time with me, and I always knew she was there if I needed something. If I was in deep trouble, if there was something I couldn't get out of, I knew she would step in at her own risk to help me out. And she did on one particular occasion, which I have to tell that story at some point. But yeah, I do think, and that's interesting that you mentioned that, it is definitely, it's the easier route too, right? To just shut out and just block.
It's totally easier. And again, just coming from only Scientology, I figure it's a Scientology thing. So that's what I mean by, guys, every day it helps me a little more to like get the feedback from the chat and other people's opinions. And that's another thing, Sterling. And this is where we differ because you don't have kids. I'm going to star a question. Oh, sorry. I'm going to take that down and star it. Because that's now more than ever coming out of this, coming up on a year. I am so careful more than I've ever been about parenting, just like about, you know, not shaming, not saying the wrong thing. Now you're going to make mistakes. I totally get that. But I'm really trying to, it's so easy, I feel like, to be anything better than what my dad was. So it's
The
like
bar
he
wasn't
sets the
set very
bar
high.
so low,
Yeah.
yeah, that it's easy for me because I can just go, well, don't be like that, and you're good. You're good to go.
Right.
You could have 10 kids, just don't be like him, and you'd be a good parent. So
Right.
I think that all the time, and I just I really, really try to. I don't try. I just do. I trust my kid. He's very mature. Like I want to be behind him as a guide if he needs me, but I just very much want him to have his own freedoms. I was saying this the other day, like I started bawling. As I said it, I was like, wow, I didn't think about the fact that like I'm free, great, but I've been in Scientology so long. But Huxley has the rest of his life now to not have to worry about the pressure of Scientology, to marry a Scientologist, to pay for his bridge, to get so involved, to sign a billion-year contract, whatever. Those were all things that worried me all the time being in
Right.
Scientology. All the time. I was like, is he going to go into the Sea Org? Are they gonna groom him and put him into am I never going to see him again? So I don't have to worry about that. And more
No, that's
importantly,
awesome.
he doesn't have to worry about that. Like I can die tomorrow knowing at least he's going to live a life that he gets to choose what he wants to do. He won't be brainwashed. It's such a nice feeling.
No, that's a comfort in knowing that. I would have to say for sure that's a comfort in knowing that. That's actually pretty cool.
It
That's
is
pretty
cool,
cool.
but having kids, guys, like and I think about that, Sterling, like what are your thoughts on people who are shitty parents like my dad?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my therapist about this and my tattoo artist the other day. Is a serial killer, and we're not going to go down the serial killer rabbit hole, but is a serial killer born or are they made? That's
Yeah.
kind of an
Oh,
interesting question. It's
yeah.
an interesting question, and I think
Yeah.
it's a little bit of both. Nobody's ever going to know, right? But the thing
Nope.
is, you think about somebody, a shitty parent like my dad, I could have turned out differently. A lot of people could have who had that really abusive, mean parent that made you think a certain way, act a certain way, be conditionally loved. That could have turned out differently also,
Absolutely.
depending on who
Yeah.
who the kid is. You're raising in that kind of an environment. I feel like I could have turned out to be super abusive or an alcoholic. It's just interesting. It's
It's
interesting. Parenting is such a delicate task.
and there's no one handbook that solves all the problems of parenting either, right? No, I've always wondered that same question. I mean, yeah, let's not go down the serial killer hole, but it is interesting. Even when you watch the documentaries that are at least mostly accurate, they're not based on real stories. You do see there's always a little bit of mental trauma built in with the serial killer,
Typically a
and then
lot. Yeah.
the parenting has something to do with it, or it's the red flags they didn't address in the beginning. But it is a bit of a mystery still for the rest of the world. For the whole world, that is, that not meaning that we have it figured out, but how that exactly comes about. And yeah, it is crazy. I mean, we're going from one extreme to the other, bad parenting to serial killers. But I do know this, at least from what I've read, the type of environment the parent gives the child is very important for how that child ends up, how they treat other people, et cetera, et cetera. But there's exceptions to that rule. There are, because I believe you probably treat people pretty nice, even though your dad didn't. I learned from my dad and my mom how to talk to people, to be very outgoing, to say thank you, please. All these things I learned from my parents, and I practice all the time. Maybe a little more than even my other siblings, but and they're better at other things than I am. But I guess I just learned that from them. The environment was almost always loving, even in a cult like Scientology. I felt loved, at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that makes all the difference, don't you?
Yeah,
I just
really does.
it also just I have to open up my window and view of things because I just assumed all Scientology parents were like my dad.
Right.
Until I married my first husband, Michael, and I got so close to his parents, Doug and Brenda.
Yeah.
And people who we all know I hugely disrespect at this point for the disconnection of my child, but I did see huge differences in how they parented. Now, they were still creepy Scientologists that forced it on their children.
Right.
But they were way more loving in the way they talked to their kids. They were not at all like my dad, like shoving, like really mean, saying really mean LRH quotes down my throat.
Right. Yeah. Which, and it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about that when you were saying it. Let's say you do, here's where I think it does affect. If you have a nice parent, a decent parent, a kind parent that gets into Scientology and decides that the way to go is to apply Scientology full force to their children, there is going to be an emotional disconnect created by applying L. Ron Hubbard policy, which is absolutely emotionally disconnected. Conditions formulas, OW write-ups. So much of the technology is completely cold and arguably scientific, but it's not. That if you did have a nice parent fully apply Scientology to a child, that is not going to be a warm relationship by nature. Because Scientology is not warm by nature.
Because it's also conditional, right? Yes. I mean, it's conditional. And that is whether you have a really, really nice parent or a really mean one in Scientology, it doesn't matter. The boundaries are set there, guys, that as long as you do this and you follow and you go on course and you climb up the bridge, it's very well, I feel like it's made known to the child that this is what we do. And if you don't do it, you're going to have a problem. It's not, this is your choice and you can question it. And you can feel free to go do another religion and we won't. No, I mean, to me, all the relationships, parent children relationships I grew up seeing in the org was, this is what we do. And you need to stay within these boundaries, these lines, or we won't love you. I mean, we disconnect from you.
And I know a lot of people watching tonight watch us on a regular basis, but again, guys, is one of the reasons why I think Reese and I connect, and one of the reasons why our conversations, at least to me, are very interesting is I grew up at the highest levels of Scientology. My parents were on the ship with L. Ron Hubbard. They were right there. They were there with him in CMO. My dad worked with him on the ship and different locations. And my parents I never in my mind thought I had to move up the bridge, that I had to join the Sea Org. There was no pressure. I did it because I thought that would be what was correct for my parents and that they would appreciate that. I don't remember doing conditions once when I was a kid. I was in some bad situations in the Cadet Org, and they probably could have acted better towards that and maybe looked into it a little more. But all in all, like I've said before, decent parents, didn't feel that pressure at all. Reese grew up in a Class 5 org, a lower portion of Scientology, arguably, and her parents were forcing the stuff down her throat, trying to make her into the next, competent Scientologist, which I never felt like, which is just a fascinating contrast.
It's so weird. It is. That's what I mean. It's so weird. You would think Sterling would have had the life I had. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. If not 10 times worse, honestly. Like, what are you drinking?
Electrolytes and vitamin C. Yes.
Oh, good for you. I thought
I don't know if you ever had the Nun tablets. They're so good. They're so good.
What are they?
Nun, N-U-U-N. They're like it's a water soluble tablet that has electrolytes, vitamin C. Just the regular stuff. The
Where
minerals.
Do you get it?
Yeah, it's good. I use it after I drink or after I exercise. So I biked this morning. So
where do you get it at?
Any grocery store, I think.
Because I'm weird about my electrolytes. Like, they need to be a really high quality. Is that a pretty good one?
As far as I know, they are. Is
that like drinking Emergency? Like, I wouldn't drink that anymore since I've been
essentially like Emergency, but no sugar. Emergency had too much sugar in it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't taste great, but it has a citrusy taste to it, which I do like, the sour taste. So, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But
that's interesting.
I hope we answered that. I hope at least we got to some point close to answering your question, Reese.
No, I think we did. Can I want to just, not the super chats, but I start a couple.
Sure. I think we just start going through the questions now, because by the time we get through them, it's going to easily hit an hour, I think.
That's true. That's true. Wonder Woman. Love you, Wonder Woman. She sent me a really cool gift yesterday. Yeah. It's not that you don't have emotions. You are very emotional. I believe you flip an emotional switch in self-defense. Yes. Emotional preservation. I think you totally have that right. Sterling left us, but that's okay, because I know how to keep going. Oh.
Yeah, let's see if I get this in focus.
Well, I've never seen that. I've never seen it at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
I'll go check it out.
Focus.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, well, it's not totally focusing here. If I get my finger here, I should focus it.
Yeah, but it's big enough font that I can see it just fine.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's Nun. It's actually it's the daily hydration immunity blueberry tangerine. It's really good.
I want to try it.
Plus, I don't like drinking water, so.
Okay. I don't either. I drink electrolytes. I felt that recently. I'm in a phase of life where I don't want to deal with people getting in my way. I just wanted to do me for a while. Yeah. I think we all feel that way.
Yeah.
I just am to the extreme. Like, okay, well, this isn't working for me. I just separated immediately. I have no emotion about it, and I'm just like, okay, time to go. Pack your shit.
That's where I got mine. Sprouts.
Okay, I was going to stop at Sprouts after therapy tomorrow. So that
you guys have Sprouts? Oh, nice.
Oh, I love Sprouts. I don't love it as much as Whole Foods. I don't like their produce department as much, and they don't have a great. They use boar's head.
They've gone downhill. Whole Foods,
and that has a lot of nitrates. I try to buy nitrate free.
Okay.
Reese, you are trying to leave to avoid being left. Okay, that was a big one too, Sterling. I was thinking about that. I do find that to be true. Very true for me. Like, I would rather be the one to leave than to be left, because I have a hard time imagining people leaving me. It's like one of my biggest phobias. Like, that's when I start seeing people unsubscribe. I'm like, it really hurts my feelings. Now, I also accept the fact that some people don't like me and are going to leave, but I do get scared that some of my core people that I love are going to be like, meh, I'm bored with you. Like, it makes me sad.
Right.
I do have an issue with that. This one was interesting. Where are you guys both from?
Well, I was originally born in Tampa, Florida, and I grew up in Hollywood, California. So,
and I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Love, Maddie. What was your dad's family like? Did he ever tell you anything on his? Yeah, I was just going to answer that real quick.
Sure, go for it.
He constantly growing up would not let us see his mother. His dad died before I was born. He sounded like he was an amazing man. He had leukemia. And his mother, he said, was like the worst, most seriously bad 2.5% suppressive person on planet Earth. And that's why his dad died, because when you're connected to an SP, guys, you get sick and die, pretty much, in a nutshell. Like, if you're sick, in Scientology, there's somebody around you that's suppressing you in the environment. Do you agree, Sterling?
In Scientology, I do not agree with the premise, but yes, in Scientology.
No, in Scientology, that's what I'm trying to describe. So growing up, he would say he died because of her. She was so evil. My mother hated that about him, and I got to meet her like 4 times. And she seemed like a really nice lady to me. She lived in Kansas City, and that's why my dad hates Kansas City, because of his upbringing here. He left when he was 16 and moved to Omaha and started his own business, and he's had it ever since. But I remember meeting her several times. She was a very religious woman. And I just remember, I think the last time I ever got to see her, I was probably 6, maybe 5. And we got in the car after we got to visit with her for a little while, my sister and I, and we got in the car, and my sister looked at my dad and she said, "Why do we have to be in Scientology?" And that was it. I remember my dad looked at my mom and he said, "Do you see? That's it." He was like, "They're done. We're never going to see that woman again." He was like, "She's a suppressive being." Wow. I'll never forget that. That was it. I never saw her again, except in a box at her funeral.
Wow.
It was wild. Crazy. So that's all I really know about his upbringing. I know he really liked his dad, but according to him, she killed him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to
just so we're clear, I actually knew nothing about my dad's family until I left. And then I started finding out all about how my dad got into He never talked about it in front of me when I was a kid. Never. I knew all about my stepmom, Barbara. I knew about my mom, Biddy. But Foster.
Wait, he has 2 or 3 sisters, right? That you've talked about.
3 sisters. And he just never talked about it for some reason. I never knew why. When I left, my wonderful aunts that love talking started telling me all about his history, when he went, how his father was upset that he had joined Scientology, him growing up, getting into Berkeley, just tons of little facts and interesting things I just didn't even know about my dad. I just knew I loved my dad. I didn't know all these details about. I never really asked him how he got in Scientology, because he just worked on the ship with L. Ron Hubbard, and that's all I really knew or cared about at the point, So it didn't even occur to me. But now
his sisters, right? His sisters are not in.
No, they're not in. No one in his family's ever been in but
weird.
Him. Right? And which is great. There's a lady on here, and I believe it's Witness, that is doing a family tree on my entire family and has been sending me articles from the 60s about my dad and about his sisters from San Mateo and different little factoids and things she's finding in the newspapers, which is awesome because I've been sending it to them. And
I love Witness. That's
oh,
really
she's
cool.
awesome. Yeah. Apparently she's a connoisseur of family trees. So it's really interesting. And I called my mom the other day to talk to her about it. I was telling her all the names of her grandparents and she's like, yep, that's them. Oh my God. I can't believe you know that. It was actually pretty cool.
But that's a great example. Yeah. That's a great example that you just said when you didn't even know about that, right? Like his extended, like his sisters, he didn't talk about it. Guys, that's a great example.
Yeah.
Wait, go ahead. Clarify.
Wait, he talked about his sisters. What do you mean? Sorry, I must have misunderstood
you. Okay. I thought he didn't. I thought you didn't know anything about like his non-Scientology family.
Oh, no. I spent time with him. No, that's another thing that Foster, my dad, was good at, is that we would at least go see them once a year for Christmas or Thanksgiving. So I did grow up seeing my father's family and got really attached to them, which really helped when I left as well. No, he did. It was about his personal life. I knew nothing about him as a child, nothing about him, how he got into Scientology, nothing about him traveling Europe and backpacking. I didn't know any of those details.
I see. Okay.
I knew all about the family. Yeah.
How interesting.
Yeah.
It's so weird, the backgrounds there. And I saw somebody just say, no wonder your dad's a total asshole. Like he is, I get the idea, and I don't know. I guess I've not known my dad more now. Like I only knew him the first 16 years of my life. So, I mean, I know a lot about him. I recall all kinds of things about him, but I really do get the sense that he's very disrespectful to women, toward women.
Interesting. Okay.
And as horribly as he talked about his mother. And then just like his ex-wife, I think I told you this, just he was getting ready to go on course here in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And Brenda, my mother-in-law, was the course soup. So she told me this story. And he, it was literally like almost 3:45 roll call. And he got off the phone and Brenda said, I'm about to call roll. Are you all right? And he looked distraught. And he said, I just found out Kathy died. And they had only been divorced like a year, like not very long. And she died of breast cancer. She was an OT8. And Brenda said, oh my God, or Jean, do you want to do a loss of a person assist? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he said, no. He said, she'll be all right. She's a good girl.
Wow.
No emotion, just no emotion. Like he just did not feel deeply for anybody. And so I wonder if, I don't want to say I'm like that because I feel very deeply for people.
Yeah. On the outside, I would say you're nothing like that. But you grew up with a person like that. It will tend to rub off from time to time, but I think whatever part of that, you definitely did not pick up the no empathy part of that, at least in my opinion, Reese, and probably in the chat's opinion too. I'm going to look at it. Yeah, Reese, you are not your father. Yeah, you are not.
I see that from Liz Krill. Okay.
I turned it. That was the first one I saw.
You are not your father. I just want to make sure, guys, like I told Sterling and like I see Sterling doing, I feel like we are constantly trying to improve. I love that about us. I love that we don't want to stay in a sense of a bad place. We're constantly trying to climb out of that. And so I don't want to be anything like my dad.
And being able to the first step I would say is being able to recognize that you have traits that are worth getting rid of, that are worth working on to leave your personality so that you can be more yourself. Be more yourself. Now, again, also when you're there, some people change a lot from the time they were there till now. Some people stay the same. I've kind of always been the same person from when I was there to who I am now.
Yeah,
of course,
totally.
I'm infinitely happier now, but I've been the same person. I mean, I don't think I've changed a whole lot. Yeah. So.
Well, I think in Scientology too, you're not somebody else. I mean, that is one thing about Scientology. You kind of are who you are. Your real personality really shines because you don't have to be fake with anybody. You're kind of ugly. Typically, most people are pretty matter of fact. And I would not say, I mean, no one's tiptoeing around being like, oh, so sorry. Excuse me. No. Oh, hi. Good morning. Can I get you some coffee? No, it's a pretty harsh environment. So you kind of are who you are. I don't feel like I've changed who I am. I don't think I fit in as a Scientologist most of the time. I was in ethics all the time. But I thought that was interesting what Kestrel said. I like that bird picture too. Reese, you might do that in self-defense, but you don't do this to control and inflict pain on people. And I think that's a big thing to point out. Like, I think he did that intentionally to control and inflict pain.
Yep.
I feel like he was mean for sport, for sure.
Yeah. Didn't hunt for the food.
Right.
Yeah. No, I drink. People are still commenting about the nun. No, I agree with you, Reese. I really do. That is definitely something that's it's something to shed for sure. It's funny. I do. While we're talking about parents and passing on personalities, even to this day, how I am with my cousin's kids, my aunts will always say that that's such a foster thing to do, because the way I interact with them, the way I tease them, the way I have fun with everybody, they're always constantly saying that I remind them of my dad so much, because that's really how he was. This funny, happy-go-lucky, always making things interesting, except for I'm athletic and he's not. So whenever he tries to play sports, he just makes a mess of it. But it is something that's exchanged. But what I do like about your story is that you're talking about this bad trait of your father and getting rid of that. And like I said, I think you have way more empathy than he'll ever have. He sounds like a cold person. And I think it's good. I think it's good for you.
I think that's a good point, Sterling. And I think Amy right here is saying all you have to do is think about how you feel about Huxley.
Yes.
I mean, that does make me think about the baby book and how I told you for the first time that story, how he handed it to me and he was like, I'll never need this again. Think about doing that to your most precious person in your life, which is your child.
Yeah.
I mean, I could never look my kid in the eye and say anything like that to him ever. Never. I would rather be dead.
And did he disconnect from you because you were declared, or he just disconnect from you because he was frustrated with you?
He disconnected because that day, the fax machine day, they said she's causing all these problems. She's got a non-interpolation order. She's entertaining the men of the org. She's a real problem, red flag, whatever you want to call it.
And he took that as fact from them and ran with it.
Literally ran. Like 10 minutes later, he said, I don't want to have anything to do with you ever again. He said, I'm not your father. Don't call me. I'm not your dad. And it was crazy. I mean, he doubled down. When I was, an hour later, I started peeing blood. I had to go to a hospital and have surgery. And I had to call him. And I was like, I need you. The social services is here. And he was like, I'm not your father. Don't call me.
In your time of need. And the time you needed him the most, he was not there. And the guys, that's not Scientology. That is.
And I was 16, by the way. I wasn't like 33 and on my feet and married to a man. And I was 16. So I think that's all we need to know about
the person. Yeah, that's not Scientology training right there. That is the person. He may have used Scientology as an excuse, but that is
through and through.
That is.
I'm saying though, that actually makes me feel better, because that is all we need to know about that. As far as I'm not that. I know I'm not that. I have a lot of faults, but I definitely.
Do you want to know why you know you're not that right away? Because if you were that, you wouldn't be able to recognize it.
That's true.
You wouldn't even question whether you were that or not. You wouldn't even have any feeling about whether you were that. You would instantly deny that you were that if in my opinion, if you were that. That's how I think.
And I would blame someone else. Like, I imagine when I came up back then, when he did disconnect, I'm sure he was like, well, he would say that she's a degraded being.
Yeah.
Like, there was no accepting of any blame on his side of it. Like, he never called. He never said, I'm sorry. Like I say, he doubled down and handed me that book and was like, I don't need this ever again. I mean, he just kept doubling down. So you're right. He never admitted any fault. He still never has. No. I never thought of that. You're right. He never has. He's never acknowledged it. Yeah. It's all because I was such a degraded being.
And anyone tuned in for a happy, fun conversation?
Yeah, but you know what? I like this, Sterling, because we just go different places.
And we don't plan it. I know. We just start talking and it goes where it goes. No,
it makes me sad though about your father, because I wish our dads were flip-flopped there. Like, I wish your dad wasn't somebody that was such a sweet, nice guy that you have good memories with, because that's a waste and you don't get to talk to him and you miss him. My dad, we could have easily repaired things. It's not like one of us was in the Sea Org.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just 3 hours away in Omaha all this time. And meanwhile, I'm raising a child he never got to know. And, it's a waste. It's too bad.
It's a bummer. Yeah. I mean, I always look at that. I always find that so unfortunate to have a dad that you love that you can't speak to because of Scientology. but then if you're out of Scientology and you have a parent that you can speak to that you hate, it's the reverse. I'm like, oh, that, you know, like you have a parent you could speak to that, you know, at least that loves you. I think it's I hate that position, being stuck between those two things. Yeah, I do wish I could talk to my dad, as you know, but
I know it makes me really sad. I actually think about that pretty regularly. And you know, I just want to say,
Reese, you would love my dad. You would absolutely love my dad.
Well, I know I love your mom, so I probably would love your dad.
Yeah.
They're
very different in personalities. Very different in personalities.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, my dad's a goofball, like very smart, but complete goofball.
I love goofballs.
My mom is very smart, sweet, but really tough, like really tough. I don't know how my dad lasted that long with her. Actually,
she comes off as more serious to me, but incredibly like very intelligent and just kind of more like organized and like just very driven. I would say driven is how she came off to me. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. Those are amazing characteristics. No. Just something I want to say about that, because we're talking about this. Sure. I never, guys, of all the abuse I saw on that 2 years and during staff, chairs throwing, even Dan hitting me over the head with a fax machine, that wasn't really, you've talked about this, Sterling. Like, why did you put up with it? Like, why didn't you leave? Well, I was 13 at the time going, and 14 when I joined staff. So why did I put up with it? I don't know if I have an answer for that. I kind of felt like I had to be there. It's not like I could drive a car. But I could live with all those things. Like, none of that really bothered me that much. I mean, it was shocking at first. I was like, whoa, people throw chairs at each other here. That's intense. I got used to it real fast. I could have stayed. Like, I think about if we go back in time and my dad didn't do what he did, I would have never questioned Scientology. The moment he left that day and was like, bye, Scientology and I put a wedge each year that went by that I was doing services, because I thought, there's something really wrong with the fact that you guys condone this. There's something really wrong with the fact that every time Gene Wally gets brought up when a new Sea Org guy comes through town, or the Flag World Tour, and they go, Gene Wally? Oh my God, I love Gene Wally. Do you know how much money he's donated? He's a what is it? Like silver meritorious.
Yeah.
That's all. It was like just starry-eyed money bags. That's all they saw. And every time that would happen, I got the worst taste in my mouth. I pulled away from it even more. I thought, this isn't right. Like, this is so wrong that you guys know what he did. It's not like I haven't written it up or talked about it in session after session, but they just look the other way.
Yeah.
So I just think about it. And I'm like, if he hadn't left, and let's say Dan smacked me a few more times around with maybe this time it would have been a newer phone, like an updated, some other piece of office equipment. Let's say
a scanner. It could have been
a copier. What a copier?
Machine. Well, he could have dropped a copy machine on you. There's, I mean, even if there was a vending machine, he could have hit you with that too.
A vending machine. I think about a copy machine, like the big ones. What if he would have like run me over with it, the kind on wheels?
I know.
That would have been creative way of definitely. He's clearly into office equipment. But he could have done that to me so many more times.
Right.
And as long as my dad had stuck by me, I wouldn't have ever questioned Scientology. So it's in a lot of ways, it's a good thing that happened and I'm out, because I would have taken so many more beatings. I'm serious. It wouldn't have.
No, I know.
I would have gotten used to it, and I would have accepted it and let Dan smack me around with all the new updated equipment as we went into the new ages of modern technology.
Which, by the way, would continually get smaller and smaller and be less effective as a weapon.
I was just looking at my iPhone and I was like,
but the earlier bricks, the Nokia bricks, he could have done some damage with those for sure.
I could have probably had some sort of a brain injury from one of those Nokias.
Yeah. And of course, we're joking about it a little bit. I don't look, you abuse for sure. Maybe a Keurig.
Jeff just got the newest Keurig, John. It's smaller. Our old one was huge though. So yeah.
Why is that dude so funny?
I love John.
Seriously. It's like, I don't know. He gets it. He's always, whatever he says is funny to me. But
my dad is still alive, Anna. Yes, he's still alive, sadly.
My question about taking abuse really was more specific to gold, because you were also trapped, right? So there was nothing you didn't watch TV, you didn't do these other things. You were in there, you were working for a person you knew for a long time. That's where I really had that question, but I get it too. Had you been at Gold, I'm wondering how long you would have lasted there with your personality, because I think you're a little stronger than you think you are. But it's still a fascinating question that I'm going to get an answer to one of these days. Like my dad, for instance, my dad's just taken a beating, not as bad as someone like Mike Rinder, physically as bad as someone like Mike Rinder, but he's taken his mental beatings over the years and has also been physically harmed. And, you know, at one point you go, why am I doing this anymore? Like, what am I here for?
Yes, totally.
Especially when it's very obvious that Scientology is not expanding. It was obvious to me when I was there. So anyways,
and I think the older, I don't know. I just think about it. I can adapt and adjust to things pretty well. Now, if there was, you know, the thing that stands for SA.
Yes.
I don't know that, I don't think that I would have adjusted ever to that. Now, being 14, sleeping with a 24-year-old is the definition of that. I don't think of it that way because I didn't feel like it was against my will.
Right.
There are some people really actually having that happen to them that is real abuse to me. This was not that so much, but I would have put up with getting smacked around with different Apple products for a while, I think.
Right.
For sure. And I guess I just have to say, I know what it's called, Dallas. I just wasn't going to say that.
Yeah.
I guess I just kind of feel like Sterling, I always have epiphanies with you, and I love that. I love our chats, Sterling. I really do. You're so easy to talk to. He's such a good friend, you guys. But isn't that interesting?
No, that is very interesting. That is very interesting. Hey, you know what? I've told you this on the phone privately. You know, when I first started watching your content, I think I saw a little bit of what I thought was brilliant about it, and honestly adopted parts of the things you were doing. I saw that you were being therapeutic to yourself while also entertaining and talking to the chat. And you've got this chat of 1,000 people right now that all have different life experiences and all have gems to share with you, whether it be art, whether it be politics, whether it be, let's leave politics out actually, whether it be relationship advice. They may have read a book you haven't read. And I really think you kind of tapped into something that's super invaluable for people in SPTV, even for ex-cult members. I mean, you have to do it right too. And I think you just naturally fell into the right way to do it because of the way you interact with your subscribers. And I think it's brilliant. I really do. You're also very open and willing to talk about it. And some people aren't. And I get that too. This is not for everyone, but I do enjoy talking to you because I think you're real. And I think you're insightful.
Well, thank you. I think the same thing about you.
Thank you so much.
I do. I think the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And Aaron actually said that on the phone to me last week. He said, one thing that's different with you, he said, that I really like is, he said, your channel is mainly geared at healing.
Yes.
And I think that comes with the territory, right? It's only been a year now. And I started this channel basically August 1st, like July 28th.
Right,
so,
right.
I mean, of course it's going to be about that because I'm not 15 years out.
Yeah.
So I'm learning just as much as everybody's learning every day.
Right. Right. And and I did that survey on my channel, on my community page a couple of weeks back, maybe a month back now. And I asked what people really want to hear. And a lot of it is stuff like this. This is valuable because
real. Yeah,
it's real. It's something that they can reach out and grasp. They can understand it a little bit. They've partially been through something like this themselves, whether it was a cult or not. They have people in their lives that they deal with that have similar experiences, so they can really understand where you're coming from. Now, you also, to me, have a wonderful personality, a great laugh, and a very
you don't have to go that far.
No, I do like your laugh. It is hilarious, and I think my mom even mentioned that to me the other day.
Oh God.
You do have a very funny. I laugh like George McFly from Back to the Future. You have a very cute sort of laugh. I don't know
loud.
How to explain it.
Cute. Yeah, it's obnoxious. It's very loud.
I'm gonna call it cute. But
thank you.
I don't want to go to that. People think I praise people just to be nice to them. No, I don't think you feel about you, that is how I feel about you. And I can't help but not say it. It's like, even when people thank me in person, I start telling them all the things I appreciate about them, even though all I need to say is thank you and walk away. I start telling them what I like about them. It's just a natural reaction I have.
I know. And I love that about you, Sterling. You're so nice. He's so real, you guys. He really is. It's very real. I think that's why we do so well when we chat, because I feel like I've known you way longer than I've known you too. Like, I have so much, like, I'm so comfortable talking to you. That's why, guys, we talk on the phone now throughout the week. Like, Sterling and I talk on the phone because it's really like two old friends catching up. I always have something to say to him, and I'm always get excited when I see him calling me. Yeah. Sterling, whenever you do start having a girlfriend, we're going to have to really make sure that she's worth it, because I keep saying that in my solos. I'm like, he better not get some mean, like, girl that takes advantage of him.
I thought that out already. If I really want to go play tennis or I want to watch a football game, I'm just going to put you on the phone with my girlfriend so I can go do what I want to do.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds healthy.
No, I'm going to do it for sure. I'm going to try at least.
That's hilarious. No, we just want to make sure that you have a girl that's like intellectually up to your level too, and is really appreciative of you, because most quit it, Denver Steve-O, quit it right now. He gets jelly. Most of the my dad's name was Gene Wally. Most men out there, I come upstairs all the time after I chat with you, and Jeff's like, how was it? And I'm like, how was it? There's no man on planet Earth like Sterling. That's how it was. Like, nobody's like that. I think except Huxley. Huxley's very in tune too, and he listens and he acknowledges, and he goes, wow, that sounds like a horrible experience. Like, he'll actually process it. And I just feel like people are in such a hurry and they don't actually hear you. And you're
point out that my twin brother Justin is the same way. So,
oh, really? He is?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
He actually
That's interesting. Because aren't twins kind of usually opposites?
To be clear, that's with women he is. He can be tough. He can be tough on his peers and other people that don't agree with his opinion. But with women, he's very much that way. Very much that way.
Wow. I want to meet him.
Yeah. Oh, you should sometime. Hopefully soon. Yeah.
Do you guys live close together? I can't remember. Do you see each other very often?
About 40 minutes away. We actually, we don't hang. People think we hang out all the time. We don't. In the summer, we'll play volleyball together. But he's busy. I'm busy. We have our separate interests, but we will try to get together for the holidays, or we'll even try to have a dinner every once in a while with friends and during Christmas and stuff. But we have our own very particular interests, and we haven't always seen eye to eye. But now when we do hang out, it's actually pretty pleasant. There's always a little bit of gamesmanship back and forth constantly, but we actually
I love that. Yeah. Abigail S has become a very good friend on my channel, and she sent so many gifts to me, like personalized gifts. And she just said, because of you, I'm warming up to Sterling. If I could get his address, I'd get some things off that website for him. She just sent some stuff. I sent her Aaron's address.
Yeah.
I think I did. And she sent him some gifts too. So that's up to you, Sterling. But I don't know if you have
she's warming up to me, which means she was cold before.
That's what she means. Yeah. She couldn't stand you before. Yeah. Right.
Abigail S, that's so sweet of you. But
maybe
I'm actually,
she could email you.
No, she can. If you go to my email, it's on my site. But I'm not really wanting for any material things at this point in my life. I do pretty good on my own. If you wouldn't mind saving whatever you were going to do for a fundraiser for someone that's really in need, that is when I would love for you to help. If we can do something special for someone that doesn't have the means to do it, that would be more important to me. I have enough crap. I really do.
Isn't that so nice, you guys? See, now me, I'm like, it's 16657 East 23rd Street. I have said no to people. People have emailed me and they're like, I want to send you something. I'm like, really? I don't need it. And they're like, too bad. I made it and I want to send it to you. So I've learned at this point, people have big hearts and they love they find somebody they like and they want to do that. So but you still, either way, that makes me look terrible. So there's really no way getting out of that. But guys, I just want you to know I'm very appreciative of the things you send me.
And to be clear, John Shostowski, I did give him my address, and I think he keeps my mailbox pretty full at this point. Did you see what he sent me, by the way, Reese? Did you see what he sent me?
Cold towards Sterling. You got a Woodstock.
He sent me a Woodstock for my Snoopy. It did have a heart on
John.
it. I took that off so it wasn't awkward. I just
What?
It had a heart, like a little heart in the front of it. So I took it off.
Why would that be awkward?
Well, it doesn't match the motif. This is a sarcastic, fun corner.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was a motif. Okay.
Yeah, there was a motif to this. This is all planned out well.
It's so cute though. I love Snoopy. I love it.
Snoopy's John the best. He's awesome.
So nice. So John is very nice.
Did you want to answer some questions?
Yes, I do.
Not that I want to get rid of you, but I don't want to go too long.
Kind of feels like you want to, but that's okay. We'll go around it. Blake says, "Hey Reese, hey Sterling, love you guys." Well, we love you, Blakey. You know this. Thanks for posting this Sunday. It's been pretty depressing. Wow, I'm eating chocolate cake. Oh my God, share it my way. That sounds amazing. Blakey, I'm so sorry. Feel free to reach out to me, Blakey, if there's anything you want to talk about, because we talk privately. Thank you for your super chat, Angel, and I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's better. Susie Brat, poor Sterling, you deserve the smallest of violence.
Is that a good
Susie,
thing?
I was gonna say Susie Brat's being a brat.
Yeah, that was pretty funny actually.
Keela, I love Susie Brat. Keela, hey Sterling and Reese, I'm freezing. For the love of my sanity, I live in the South for a reason. Okay, Keela, what is the temperature there? I don't feel sorry for any of you. That's just silly nonsense.
No, Keela, it's probably a brutal 72 there. Yeah, Keela, I feel for you. You know, come on, this is cold.
Jan Schwartz, walking to school in a blizzard for a mile uphill both ways with holes in your shoes. One of my dad's favorites. Yes.
That was a famous story that the parents used to in that generation.
Every dad.
Yeah. Oh, I had to walk
uphill both ways.
Yeah.
Boda 29, cute cat. Lots of rain and wind here today, but it was great for a cozy day of football and reading. Nice. That sounds relaxing.
Yes, and Boda, do not tell Reese that the real reason I want to get out is because the Eagles are playing the Cowboys in about 30 minutes.
That is terrible. Okay, so he is also a bit of he's still a real man. He definitely
that's not the whole reason. I also got to go pick up dinner. So
sure. Okay, that makes it worse.
Yeah,
it's worse. That did not improve things. Thank you for your super chat. Oh, same. Boda again. Reese, I don't know how anyone wouldn't jump at the opportunity to hang with you. You remind me so much of my closest friend. Oh, Reese, different spelling. Wow.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's cool. I don't know why either, but I'm not going to beg anybody to hang out with me. I will never be that needy girlfriend, even though I have been known to be needy. I'm working on that, but I would never do that with a guy. I'm not going to be like, call me. Lisa Trimble. Hi, Reese and Sterling. I love you guys. So many smiles and laughs. When you stream like this, I have to take turns. Oh, that's so sweet, Lisa. I love Lisa. Thank you for your super chat, Angel. Jan Schwartz. I cut people out of my life, but it's when I think they're not being a real friend to protect myself. Yeah. So it is also a non-Scientology thing.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't it be? I hate to be naive by thinking it was Scientology. It's just, that's all I knew. Yeah. I figured that was, the disconnection policy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Barbara, too many traumas can make it hard to work on all of it at once. That's probably true.
And to be clear, Scientology disconnection is being done based on Scientology's opinion of the person. If you disconnect from someone on your own, you're doing it based on your own opinions of the person. Sometimes those can cross over, but when it's a personal choice, it's a little bit different scenario, I would say.
Also, I want to ask you something. It makes me think of what Barbara said here. I was having a private conversation with someone yesterday, as I normally do. And she said something that I thought was interesting real quick, because I know you got to watch your precious Cowboys.
Whoa, Eagles. And
okay.
Yeah, no. That was a joke. Yeah.
On your live today, I'm just trying to find where she said it. The way you described these feelings you're having now remind me a lot of how things started for me when I hadn't identified that it is a trauma anniversary response. I don't get too down the rabbit hole of things like labeling, but she said basically something about how, Reese, you have to remember, because I've kind of been all over the place lately, Sterling, and I know I always am, but kind of more than usual. And she said something like, you're coming up on your 1 year. I think that just stirs up a lot of feelings and like can probably bring up a lot of, I don't know if that's true. Yeah. I'm just saying I've noticed this week in particular that I've kind of been more on edge, and it's not Shark Week. So Do you
Okay.
think it could be that? Like, it could be something like I am a little bit on edge about the fact that we're coming up on a year.
Okay.
Okay, well,
I
we'll
wouldn't
just move
doubt that
on
at
from
all. I
that.
mean, it's a date that's significant to you. Very significant to you.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
also, I mean, also, I think the holidays have that effect sometimes on people, but I couldn't speak to that for you. I've only known you for 2 months, but
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like the holidays to me because I've never put that much attention or importance on the holidays.
yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on. Blake, I appreciate you both and everyone here so much. Same, Blakey. Your kind words mean the world to me. I'm glad to have helped. I love Blake. That's so nice, isn't it?
It's very
Okay.
sweet. Sorry, I was looking for a comment if I seem distracted. I saw one, I was looking for it to pull it up.
It's okay, Snotface. These talks are very healing for everyone. Thank you. I agree. Very much so. I agree, Snotface. Actually, thank you for your super chat. Lisa Trimble, being hurt, rejected, or feeling abandoned causes a fight or flight reaction in me. I still disassociate of shut myself down. Okay, yeah, I could see that. Still working on my trauma and trying to learn better ways to cope. I'm 64. Good for you. I mean, see, I think just Lisa, what you're saying there, just being actively aware of it and trying to just acknowledge it and find a way to work with it is all we can do, right? Exactly. Lisa said yes. Nancy knew. Lisa, thank you for your super chat. Do you think Scientology parents are tougher on their kids than Sea Org parents because they think they need to show they have something to prove because they're not in the Sea Org? No, I don't. Really? You agree with that? I don't know.
No, I don't agree. It's an interesting question.
It is an interesting question. My thoughts on that are no. I think honestly, Sea Org parents don't ever see their kids as much. They have way more of a purpose what they're doing in Scientology, and I think non-Sea Org parents have more time to shove it down the kid's throat. Maybe. What are your thoughts?
I would agree with you. I actually think that's, and several people have said that so far too. That maybe the structure is kind of already built into place for Sea Org kids. There's not necessarily structure in Scientology for the kids, so the parents may be like, let me add structure to your life, so you're applying Scientology fully. I think maybe in the Sea Org, the parents will assume it's already mostly there. It's possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, possible. I think that's an interesting question, though. Allison Byrne, thank you, Big, for your super sticker.
Animaholic.
What?
I said
Animaholic. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yes, her name. Carol, how did you recover from that point at 16? I wouldn't say I recovered at all. I left staff and I started doing meth. I started doing heavy drugs for a couple of years and couldn't find my place in life and just got worse and worse. So, Carol, that's a good question, but I wouldn't say that I did recover at all. I'd say now at this point in my life is the first time I'm kind of recovering because I'm identifying things. Lacey Silver, thank you for making my birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Lacey. I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday to Lacey. Thank you for your super chat. Jamie T. Reese, can you stay on for a bit if Sterling has to go? Yeah, I can.
Okay.
They need me, Sterling. They
need
you.
No.
They need me. They need me. Sterling has a football game. He has manly stuff to do and ordering a pizza. So yeah,
I was saying that because she put the Eagles in there.
All of that building it up of like, he's such a great guy and we hope he gets a great girl. He just knocked it all down like Jenga. It just like fell to the ground. No, he's actually just like, I got a football game and I got a pizza coming.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
No,
listen to your feelings. Isn't that how it goes? Isn't that what they do?
Go Eagles. Go Eagles.
Yeah, that's all he has to say about that. Jamie T, thank you for your super chat, babe. John Shostowski, there he is. Heart on Woodstock, red, be mine. I feel hurt now. Oh, I would too, John.
I know. I didn't want Reese to see it, John, and get jealous, so I had to take it off.
Reese is jelly. I would have been jealous too, John. That's more what it's about.
Well,
John, Reese if you want to send me
Aaron
a
would have been jealous too. Aaron would have been jealous too.
You can send me anything, John, with a heart on it. I will not remove the heart because I love hearts. Keela, 40. Okay. 44 degrees, Keela. Yeah. I don't even wear a jacket in 44 degrees.
Yeah,
that's silly, babe.
She said, "Go Cowboys." You missed that part.
I don't know that I missed it, or did I just do it intentionally?
Ignored it? Did you choose to disconnect from it? Did you choose?
I chose to disconnect and not see it. Trauma anniversaries are very real. Yes, One True Morbs. I guess so. I did not ever think of that before. Thank you, babe. Lucinda, yay! Finally caught alive. Well, Aren't you pretty? I love your hair. Shame it was interrupted by school drop off. Is it Sunday? Lucinda, what are you doing?
No, it's
Love
Monday.
you.
She's in Perth, Australia.
Oh, I was gonna say, how do you know that? And then I went to the second part. Okay. Love you guys and Aaron. Love from sunny Perth, Western. That's so nice. Thank
I
you,
love how she said,
babe.
love you guys and Aaron. That made my day. No.
Hey, everybody. And Aaron. Tampa Bay man, your dad was also abandoned by his dad. That's got to contribute. I'm sure, Barbara. Yeah, I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff there that we're
unpacking.
Not sure about. Girl on a mission,
Scientology did not help
Sterling.
with. Yeah.
Is your love what is your love language, Sterling? Also, where are you located? And Reese, your hair looks chic. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. Your hair looks really chic.
I disagree.
Is it chic or chick? I always thought that was chick.
No, when you're describing something like fashion like that, it's chic.
It does look good.
Is it really? I think it looks really dirty. Okay, thanks. Tomorrow's going to
Yeah.
be washing day. Sterling, let's answer these questions here.
Where
What's
am I
your love
located?
language?
That's an interesting question. I'm located in California, and I don't know what my love language is. How would I know what my love language is?
You need to figure this out. If you're gonna be we need to know. I made Jeff do it.
Did you really?
Lisa Trimble. Yeah. Reese, get in touch with Jackson. Apparently Jackson is wanting to get a hold of me, and I will text him back. There are some people that have reached out to me that I just have not. If you guys heard me the other day, Lisa, thank you for your super chat. Love language, you just go online and take the quiz, guys. It's amazing. Actually, it's serious. It works really well. There are some, I said this in my chats. I'm kind of in a weird place where I'm not branching out to do stuff with other people, even though I'll be on tomorrow night with Tommy Scoville with the lifeboat. I'm not hugely whoops.
I'm not going to watch a football game after this. So
he's cute, isn't he, guys? I'm not hugely, it's nothing against anybody personally. It's just I get a little bit shy going on, not shy because I can talk about anything. Shy as far as I don't love the comments after some chats. Some people's channels I've gone on before. I feel like I get a little bit like, okay, I didn't need to do that. Like I kind of get attacked and so I don't know. I've kind of been staying in my own lane. Sterling is staying in my own lane because he's safe. We do this. It's a routine. I'm comfortable with him. I feel like I can tell Sterling anything. So
I've been friend zoned. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely, like a wingman for me.
Nothing's
so
changed.
We don't want to hear it out of you. You're leaving for a football game. Nobody wants to hear your nonsense.
Wait a second.
I don't feel sorry for you.
What am I still doing here?
Hurry, check out. Just click off like a typical man would do. Bye.
I would not leave you hanging. Oh, 3rd and 1, Cowboys. Kayla McDonald, 3rd and 1.
Keela, you know Keela.
Keela, I know Keela. Did I say it wrong? I'm worst. Okay.
What does that mean, John? Tommy may be a one-off?
Tommy may be a one-off, one-time talk.
I don't know. He actually seems like Sterling and I were talking about him today, actually, because we've both watched a little bit of his stuff. I kind of like that.
Sorry.
That's true. Hair washing day actually has to be a set aside day, Steve-O. It takes a long time to do this. That's why I only do it once a week, brother. Steve-O knows my life. He knows everything. Steve-O, what am I doing Thursday? What's my appointment Thursday? You know. I actually really like Tommy Scoville. He seems like a really cool guy. And Jackson's a really cool guy. And guys, here's the thing. I feel I have plenty of stuff to talk about on my own. So I feel safe oftentimes. This is the truth. I feel safe in my own chat. And a lot of my people are Sterling's people. So I feel safe there too. But I do. My place is a place of, yep, that's right, Denver Steve-O. That's gross. Schmear. Did you see that?
No, what did he say? I didn't see it.
Like locks and schmear.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a strikeout for him. For Sterling, he can't handle it. I don't like that. We need to build that up. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I like staying in my own lane because I feel safe in my own lane and nobody really attacks me on my channel. Anyway, that's all. But no, I feel like Tommy will also be. He'll be a badass. I have a feeling he's a cool guy. I have all kinds of things I want to chat with him about.
He's been through a lot in life. That is for sure.
I don't know a lot about him. Didn't he go to jail? Didn't he like?
I think he did. His stuff about Danny Masterson and what's to come for Danny Masterson is actually quite brutal. And his coverage is fantastic. It's just when he describes what's about to happen to that person, it gives me a little bit of anxiety. I mean, even though he committed horrible crimes and deserves to be sentenced and deserves to go to jail, what he's walking into is nothing short of a nightmare. Just nothing short of it. It's just, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Even my brother calls me, Justin is like, man, did you hear what? And I was like, whew, it's a bit much. But he's being honest. He's being straightforward about it.
Like Elizabeth said, he did hard time. He was a bank robber.
Yep.
I have to be honest. It's kind of a turn on, and I don't know why. I think that's a turn on because I always wanted to be Carmela Soprano.
I can see that.
Yeah. I've always wanted to marry Tony Soprano.
That I can see.
Yeah. So I think that's probably why. It's just some weird fantasy I have of being with the bad guy. Is he married? Do we know? Just asking for a friend.
Just asking for a friend. I'll be watching your live for sure.
Okay, well that's sweet. Okay, well let's hop off here because Sterling has a game to catch. Typical man. Typical
I don't have a game to catch. I said
man.
1:30. We still got some questions in here.
No, we don't.
See what we got. We don't? You answered them all?
I answered them all. But I was gonna say next weekend, I do want to talk about that. The prison thing. Sure. What is that?
Maggot 1227 question for Sterling, not Reese, because it's sports related. Thoughts on Shohei Ohtani? Guys, here's my thoughts on Shohei Ohtani. One, I'm very happy you asked this question in a live with Reese and I, because she probably feels completely left out of this. You know who Shohei Ohtani is, Reese?
I don't even know what that means. Is it a place?
Okay. No. So there's a big offseason baseball move that was done. The Dodgers signed this Japanese-born player to a 10-year, $700 million contract. That's a lot of money. Actually, they broke it down. That's $200,000 for every baseball game he plays for the next 10 years.
Yeah, Mahomes got a $500 million contract.
Did he? Yeah. So this is the biggest sports contract in North America. But her question is thoughts on it. You know, marketing wise is probably worth it. There are actual other players. Even Mookie Betts had a better season than Shohei did last year. He's getting Tommy John surgery. He's not going to be able to pitch for the first season, as far as we know. I'm excited because I'm in LA and I get to watch him play. I don't know if it was worth it, but we're just going to see, right?
My people know me so well. I really did glaze over as soon as you said that. Whoops.
Suzanne Edwards. No, Shohei Ohtani did not rob banks. He's a baseball player.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I'm thinking about
Reese
shampoo.
Is thinking about
That's
shampoo.
True. I am thinking, which shampoo am I supposed to use tomorrow? Probably the purple shampoo.
You know who I don't talk to about sports is Aaron.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's like a Krav Maga wrestling guy, not really a baseball sports guy. Even when the Phillies were in the playoffs, I don't ever remember talking to him about that. But maybe we just haven't, who knows? We'll see. It's funny that Aaron and I never talk about sports. I mean, I guess I don't talk about sports with Justin either. So, yeah, I was about to pull that one up.
It's that for me. And then Jeff, he'll be like, did you see in the White House today that I'm like, I don't understand any of that. I don't watch it. I don't care. It's so weird that he asked me those questions still. It's the same thing with sports. Do you guys want me to?
Peace lady, I'm slightly offended, but not totally, but slightly. Yeah. It's okay. That's all right. Guys, I understand.
Do you guys want me to stay on for a few minutes?
It's the Reese show, and I'm just here.
Oh, please. We've heard enough of the nonsense for one night.
Yeah, I think it's jiu-jitsu or aikido that Aaron does. Yeah, guys, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Okay.
You know what will really hurt is I will stay on, and like 900 people will leave.
No.
When you get off. No. Oh, yeah, they will. Oh, yes, they will.
Trust me, that ain't happening.
Yes, they will. Oh, yes, they will. I never have this many people in my chat. I promise you not. It's because of you. It's because of you.
I promise you not. I promise you not.
Okay.
I promise you not.
Keela and like Barbara and Barb and Armine will stay on. That's it. There'll be like 4 people left. I'm telling you, I never get this many people in my chats. It's
That's
because of
not
Sterling.
true.
It's because Sterling's cute and they like to look at him.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Here, who is this? Where did they
Steve.
I would like to spend some
Steve gets jealous. He gets jelly. He gets jelly.
I'm still here, guys. Why don't you stay just a little bit longer? I'm still here. I haven't left yet. Reese is trying to kick me out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still here. Guys, if you have something interesting, oh, look at this. Oh, Bead Maniac.
Bead Maniac.
Reese, I will come over from Sterling's channel to hang with you.
Oh. Oh my God. No, not Tampa Bay. John, can we watch the game on your channel? I love John.
That's so good. I wonder if I can pull it up because I can pull up my screen. You know, I could just put a third window of the game underneath here. How fun would that be? And then we could just keep talking.
You know what? You could do that, Sterling. You love sports. You could actually do a little side gig doing that.
I know, right? I wonder if YouTube's allows you to do that because obviously you're going to be getting advertising. What does this one say? Oh, here we go. Real quickly. Sterling, are you doing a vacation fundraiser for a friend? Details. I spoke about that. One, I need a foundation to send the money to, so it doesn't come to me. But I'm still researching who and if that's feasible. I think I mentioned it to you, Reese. The idea of, and I only say this because it's something that when I finally had the money to do it, it was so eye-opening for me that I would love to do that for someone that doesn't have a chance, or that's elderly and hasn't had a chance to travel around the world, or at least travel to an exotic location, Europe, etc. So yeah, it's an idea.
Interesting.
What is this?
Well, I mean, Aaron is starting some kind of a foundation, so that's a great idea.
Okay, sorry. Blake Reed, I'll stay on. And Sterling, don't forget to tell your girlfriend about our Facts Can Do Academy.
He doesn't have a girlfriend yet, guys.
Facts can do. See, Reese, everyone's asking you to stay.
I will stay. I'll stay for them. I'm not going to stay for long. I'll probably stay for another 30 minutes. Yeah. Isn't that funny? They're so funny. They're pretty funny. They get clingy with me and I get clingy with them because we have a daily thing now going.
Right.
I don't really skip a day. And if I do, people act like they're going to send a wellness check officer over. Like people will reach out and be like, "You took yesterday off. Is everything okay?"
Oh, hey, this is a good question here. Okay. Anna, questions for Sterling. My 10-year-old son asks me daily, Messi or Ronaldo? I just take turns choosing. What's your opinion? Are we talking about who's the best football player, soccer player of all time? That's a tough one. That's really, really tough. Because Messi has won a World Cup, I would have to now say Messi. Prior to that, pretty even. Maybe a little bit to Ronaldo, but Messi, I would definitely say is the GOAT. Reese, would you like to weigh in on this?
I'm laughing at this. That's an inside thing that you know nothing about. Sorry. Okay. No, I couldn't weigh in on that if I was being beat to death by a fax machine. Or a newer piece of equipment.
Elizabeth Sarah, Pele people. Yeah, Pele was fantastic, but no, I don't think he's the same level as Messi. Sorry, guys.
See, I have people who will leave because there are better people out there. See this? I'm going to leave if Aaron or Zach goes.
I went on when Aaron was on the other day, and I was pleasantly surprised by how much of you guys tuned in to my channel at the same time. And I know you guys make an effort to watch it after too, and that's always appreciated.
Did you really? See, I always try to avoid going on when Aaron's on because it's the shame I think I'll feel. I'll have like 6 people on if Aaron goes on. So I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see the number.
It wasn't intentional. It was my normal Saturday morning slot. Did you see my Saturday morning live? What I named it? That one about nothing in particular.
Oh yeah, I came in. I gave you.
Oh, that's money. Right. That's Come right. You did. I forgot about that. That was you again. I forgot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you remember, that was me.
Jilbo Baggins. This is the best chat on all of YouTube. Don't spread the word so we can keep her all to ourselves.
I love Jilbo. Guys, I do have to say though, while we're here, if there's any Sterling people that want to follow me and subscribe, I have lost subscribers the last 3 days now. It has been I have not gained 1 subscriber in 3 days. So please make sure that you're subscribed if you want to be. If you're unsubscribing because you just can't stand my face, I get it. But please make sure while we have this many people in here, I really wanted to kick it up a notch for Christmas, and I'm getting close to even 18,000, but it's not about the numbers, but still it kind of is. When I start losing for 3 days, I'm like, ooh.
The numbers get addicting, let's be honest. I mean, I froze. Oh my God.
Oh.
Here, I got to take a picture of the faces that we froze on, by the way.
I'm not frozen.
Oh no, but you're frozen on mine.
Oh man, that sucks.
No, watch, it'll come back, but I have to, I got to pull this up and show you because it's pretty funny.
Okay. Are you going to text it to me?
No, I'm going to put it on so everyone can see it on the live.
No.
I'll text it to you.
Because you look cute. You look happy. I bet I look awful. I have like one eye open, I'm sure.
No, it's not that bad, actually. It's not that bad. But you know what? That's probably a good time for me to well, I actually can't exit. But don't exit me yet. 1 second. Let me find this picture so I can send it to you. Because you're going to like, it's going to make you smile. You
can't leave? Do I have to like kick you out? What does that mean?
I think you just got to say remove. But oh my goodness. Oh, this is so good. Okay.
You can pop it up if you want, or I'll just show the chat.
I don't think I can. Let me see. I'm still frozen. Darn it to hell. Excuse my language, everybody. Where is it? Hang tight. I got this. I just had it. Oh, there it is. Okay, Reese, it's coming your way. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, I'm back?
Oh my
Yay!
God. Of course. Of course that would be the case. Sterling looks cute, boyish. Look at me. I look like I'm trying to poop and it won't come out.
Oh, that was so good. Oh,
I look like I need help pooping.
And thank you, Jilbo, for being on screen when that came out.
That sucks.
All right.
Lucky you. Sterling's cute. Of course he is.
Yeah. All right. That's just luck. Yeah. That's just luck, guys.
Thank you for resubscribing people who want to be. I really appreciate
it. Jeff, that's Sterling. You should just bring the game up on another screen. And I do have another screen, and then give the typical canned responses like, yeah, sure. Yep. Right. I hear you, Reese. I hear you. Mm-hmm. No good.
Oh, yeah. Be that kind of a guy. Yeah. Just, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on.
This bitch won't stop talking. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You're doing it better than me. You have to admit, that was pretty good. That was,
that's one thing I can say I like about Jeff. He doesn't care about sports at all, but actually I think it's just a trade-off. His is politics. Like he's all of it. We sit down to eat dinner and he's playing like a Congress hearing. No joke. He'll like play it on his phone and be listening to it in his earbuds. So It's kind of the same thing. Never mind. I wish I had known.
No one saw you freeze, Reese.
Sterling does kind of look like Kevin Kline. I never thought of that, Peace Lady.
Yeah, my mom says Greg Kinnear actually all the time, but Kevin Kline.
I love Greg Kinnear. He kind of quit acting. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was funny. He was so good in what's the one with the Little Miss Sunshine? Such a good movie.
I love Little Miss Sunshine. That's a great movie. Yeah. I've liked him in everything I've seen, but he kind of faded out. What happened to that guy?
I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he made enough money and he doesn't have to act still.
Well, then what the heck is like Tom Hanks doing?
Yeah, well, he's gonna act forever. He's gonna live forever too. But he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. You know him.
I do. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I
do. All right.
I loved Little Miss Sunshine. Let's see. You were born in an ice cube, right? You have that freezing effect. Yes, Purple Groovy. Keela is reporting the Cowboys right now.
Who is recording the Cowboys?
Keela and somebody else said fumble.
Oh.
I don't even know what that word means.
That means fumble recovery. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that means the Cowboys recovered. Oh, darn it. All right. I love you, Reese, but I got to get to the game.
Okay. And he's got to go get his pizza. So, guys, I'll stay on if you want me to stay on. I will stay on for a little bit. Hey, Philip, right?
All right.
What time is it?
Reese,
Yeah, I'll stay on for a little bit.
Reese, I'll see you Wednesday night. Game night.
Yeah, if he's wanting to do it.
Yeah, let's check. We'll check him. I think he wants to do it. We always have a good time. He loves a new game too. So, yeah, Wednesday night, and then otherwise, I will see all of you next Sunday with Reeseling.
That's right, Sterling. It's always fun, isn't it? Love you, babe, and we'll see you then. Call me this week.
I will. We'll do.
Can you get out, or am I supposed to kick you out?
Let me see. Let me try going out.
Just hit leave.
Wait. No, that's not the right one. Wait.
Are you done?
Okay, it's this one.
You good? Okay, he left. Looks like he left. I still see him in the background, so he's still there.
Did you call my name? What?
I knew he was going to do it.
Okay, no, officially. Did someone say Sterling? No, I'm leaving. I'm not being needy. Here we go. I'll talk to you later. Have a great night, everyone. See you later. Go Eagles. And I'm going to say go Eagles before anyone else can comment Cowboys in the chat.
You guys, I love Sterling. I love him so much. Okay, he really did leave. He's such a good friend. You guys not love him? He is so wonderful. God, my face looks really close to the screen now. He's so fun. I love his sense of humor. Well, hello, everybody. Watch this number drop. Watch it drop. This is funny. Everybody watch. Everybody's going to leave. I never get these kind of numbers in my chats. So I know it's because of Sterling, and that's okay. But I know my precious few will stay. Wasn't that great? Guys, seriously, though, while you're here, please make sure that you're subscribed. I'm getting kind of sad. Megan, where did I get this top? I have never worn it. I just took the tags off as I was putting it on. I've had it for years. H&M. It's like they're super thin. I just bought another one at H&M. It's like really thin. $5. I got it on the sale rack for $5, but they have all kinds of prints of these. And I like a turtleneck sometimes. Kind of makes me feel skinnier. The gold is nice. Well, thank you, John R. Oh, you subscribed tonight, John R. Thank you. How many subs have I lost? 6? Yeah, I think 6 to 10. Yeah, really in panic mode here, guys. We got to crunch those numbers. Tell your friends, get your mail person, get your doctors, get everybody to subscribe. All of your your employees that you work with, everybody. Tell your mom. I'm totally kidding, by the way. I don't know, Wonder Woman, why they would push that narrative. I just don't know. Kara McAllister, love you too, babe. Thank you for your super chat. That's so nice. I saw a bunch of Sephora comments, Pat O. You guys are hilarious. I should be like a sponsor. I should have a sponsorship with Sephora. Yes, Barb, if you don't mind, please do. So many people from my live last night bought so many Sephora colors, and I think it's hilarious. Guys, the sale ends today. Sephora brand stuff is 30% off. Everything else is 20% off. That's a lot. They have hair products. They have perfume. They have everything. They never do that sale, so take advantage. Thank you, Mother Bear, for doing it. Riley's Human. You have to subscribe every night. It's so weird. It's such a job for you. Philip Wright, not going anywhere. I love Philip Wright. Thank you, Philip. Ty's channel. Are you joking? I caught you guys. Dedicated subscriber here, Reese. I'm not going anywhere. I know that about you. Yes, I love you. Thank you, babe. Well, thank you, Jeff. You look marvelous. Thanks, guys. I really don't feel like I look that great. I know. Paula, I need some Sephora swag bags. Yes. Lumen, no, it's going down, and that's okay. I'm not hurt by that. People love Sterling, and why wouldn't they? I love Sterling. Oh, I'm still on the mic, aren't I? That's okay. We'll keep that up. I love Millie the dandelion. Tampa B Man, I should do the game with Natalie. I kind of know who she is. I watched a little bit of that live with Aaron. Oh man, Wonder Woman, you have no idea. I was in sales and marketing. I am a good salesperson. I'm good at sales. I want to be on like HSN or whatever it is. I think I'd be good at that. I feel like I'd be good at being like, and it's so smooth. And ladies, you just have to get in on this deal. Like, I feel like I'd be really fun, good at that. Sephora, what products? The Sephora brand stuff, GeoPlanet Jane. So like their lip stains, their lives have been changed by it. My favorite color is sweet raspberry. I would get some of that. They're $10 right now. Of course you are, Brian Lucas. You're very much still subbed because Brian is a part of me. Good. Thank you guys for everybody who came over from Sterling's channel and subscribed. That's so nice. Speaking of, not really speaking of anything, Katie Fulton, ride or die here. I know that about you, girl. I know that about you. Karen M, thank you for checking anyway. Hey guys, so tomorrow night, yes, Keela, what's wrong, babe? You called? You rang? Curious Cat, what did I ask for Christmas from Jeff? He doesn't really get me anything because I don't really know why. It's just not a surprise. I asked him for a pair of the UGG Taz platform slippers, but they're sold out everywhere and they're on back order till February. So go figure. That's a bummer. Guys. Yes, guys. Who? Yes. Barbara. Barb, not Barbara. Different one. Yes. Reese, you called, you rang. I'm here for it. Carrie Scholes, I was thinking about you earlier today and I was like, I haven't seen her. Where has she been? This is not sweet raspberry. The color I'm wearing here is it also a lip stain though, and it stays on forever. It's NARS Wonder Woman, and it is a beautiful color. I absolutely love it, Carrie. But the Sephora lip stains are amazing. I love them. Yeah, let's talk about that. So tomorrow night, that's okay, Third Eye Open. Thank you for telling me. Tomorrow night, yeah, Curious Cat. It's sold out because I pushed it so hard last night, I bet. Do you know when you're doing the live with Tommy? Would love to catch Anna. Tomorrow night, I'm thinking 7:00 my time, which is Central Standard Time. I would love to go a little earlier, and that's not his fault. It's my fault. I thought Huxley was going to have a wrestling meet and I would have to do it then, but Huxley's not feeling great. And I already told him he has a bad cough. And I'm like, we're going to have to go to the doctor if it doesn't get better, but I'm dosing him with Mucinex every 12 hours. But I already told him I don't want him to go to the meet tomorrow and push himself. And then he's sick all week. So I was like, if tomorrow needs to be a day of by the way, he doesn't have school on Mondays. So if tomorrow needs to be a day of rest, so be it. Yes, Joey, you have a question. Please ask. Steve-O, he left, and you are playing both sides of the fence so much. You are so hard to read. Hi, Kevin Lewis. Welcome. Yep, Sterling left us for football, and that's okay. We still love him. Yeah, Kara McAllister. Looking forward to our anniversary chat with Aaron after 1 year. Yes, I am too. I'm having weird thoughts and feelings about that, by the way. Wendy Moe, how cute. Not about doing it with Aaron, just the fact that it's coming up on a year. I'm a lurker from the start, been too timid to message, but because of you, I went to Sephora for the first time today. Love the lip stains. Oh my God, I love that. Babe, speak up. We want to hear from you. That is so kind. Thank you for saying something. Lumen, you got the sweet raspberry. Paid via my Kohl's card and got Sephora discount plus free shipping. That's amazing. It's a color. I feel like it's a universal color. Really, I do. Joey, what are your what? Oh, Christmas plans probably is what you were saying. I lay low for Christmas. Of course, I have a child, so it's all about him. We'll put presents under the tree. A bunch of you. Oh, good, Steve. I'm glad to hear that. A bunch of you have sent Huxley gifts. Our good friend Lydia, not Lydia Von Stretch Claw, but Lydia who got Huxley the coat, the jacket, the Chiefs jacket for Christmas. God, I feel like my face is like right in your guys' face. Let's back this up. Maybe that's it. I just feel like I'm like too much in your face. You don't need to see me that close. It's not a lot to look at there. But yeah, we're going to just do a normal Christmas. I will try to cook something. We'll probably go visit Jeff's mom. Mike 698, really like when Jackson is on with someone. Genuine guy. I think you guys will hit it off quickly. Plus he's older, so that's totally your lane. Mike, you're hilarious. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, no, Guys, I'm just comfortable right now, but my pores are wonderful. Thank you so much. I love to hear that, especially at 39. Oh, Creekside Acre, keep going. Okay, Barb, I hear you. I see you. Keep going. 7 p.m. my time. Oh, well, Nancy New, catch it on the replay, babe. Catch it on the replay. Um, I love that you guys went to Sephora. You're so funny. It was worth it. It was worth it. I'm telling you, it was and it's not over, guys. The sale ends tonight. I might have to use Tampa B Man's account to get more stuff, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Don't do it. My polar bear coat, you mean the sheepy curly coat? Yeah, I wear that all the time, Wonder Woman. It is so warm. Oh, Wendy Mo, watching you has given me courage to start wearing makeup again. I love hearing this. Today, I had a guy tell me I'm so pretty that if my husband ever kicks me out to give him a call, those are the best kind of flirts, by the way. Isn't that fun? I love it when men say stuff like that. I'm like, really? Can I get your number then? Like, it just in case type of deal? Or did you mean that? And then I creep them out and they go away. But it's always a nice feeling. I like it when men flirt as long as it's not creepy. Like, I don't like a creepy flirt or when they say creepy things, but I I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm looking at you, Denver Stevo. Uh Guys, Sterling is so cute. Did I hear my name? Go Eagles. Yes, babe. We still talk about you all the time, Sterling. You are so hilarious. I just can't get enough of Sterling. I love him. He's so cute. He's so funny. Blake, I'm sure a lot of people have a crush on Leah Remini. Yeah, I think Leah is definitely crush worthy. She's absolutely gorgeous, but it's not so much her looks for me. Her personality and her strength and courage are what I find very attractive. That woman's amazing. That is so funny, Sterling. Oh, Nancy knew you're a night owl anyway. Okay. Donald, you're beautiful even without the makeup. Thank you, because I do go makeup free sometimes, don't I? Thank you. True, Blakey. Sterling just came back. Now you know you're more fun than football. He can't get enough of us, you guys. He just can't. He'd like to think he can, but then he just comes back for more. Go Eagles. Okay, I guess so. I don't know anything about football. I do. I haven't been there in a long time. I used to go there with Fred. Fred was old, as you guys know, and he loved Cracker Barrel. We don't go there anymore, but I did enjoy that store. Sometimes you'd find some fun things. Good little gift ideas too. Uh, Margie Barr, he was a heroin addict and bank robber. Um, is that who I'm going on? What am I doing? Who I'm going on with tomorrow? Tommy Scoville. I see that, Elizabeth Sarah. I see it. I know. I don't think Sephora needs me to promote them. Steve-O, I'm glad that you don't know how to be creepy. Let's keep it that way. Cracker Barrel, they're good. I don't eat anything but their breakfast, though. I don't like chain restaurants and like, I shouldn't say that. I guess there's some chain restaurants, but I really don't. I love their pancakes, but I don't get pancakes being diabetic. But I would do it like once or twice a year. They're so good. They have such good pancakes. I think so too, Barb. I think so too. You will like his raw, rugged bad boy vibe, Reese. Did you guys say he's not married? Again, just asking for a friend of mine because we all know that I have a lot of friends, lots, lists of friends, endless. Oh yeah, no, Cracker Barrel's a restaurant. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this chat with Tommy, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. I gained 200 subscribers since this chat started. Nuh-uh. What are you looking at? Whose numbers are you looking at? I have gained 7 subscribers. Total of 7. Matt B. I don't recognize you. This might be a new one. Matt B, thank you for your super chat. Yeah, no, he is cute. I agree, Barb. He's not hard on the eyes. No, he's cute. Guys, I mean, let's talk about that for a minute. People in the chat. Aren't guys like that kind of attractive when they have a past like that, or is it just me? I don't know. I think it's kind of hot when they reform, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't really want to go any further. Look, I was attracted to the character Tony Soprano. I did hate that he cheated on his wife. I couldn't have that part of it, but I'm strongly attracted to James Gandolfini, the actor, which is probably I like chubby guys. Jeff is a very chubby man. It's just a thing for me. Big chubby guys. I like it. I don't know Jeff Dunham. No, I don't know who that is, Joey. Yeah, it's kind of hot. It's kind of hot. Yeah, Amy, 27. I get it. Screw the numbers. You true YouTube friends are all here. We're not going anywhere. Totally. And I agree. I just think it'd be fun to get to 20,000. You asked a question in the chat, Matt B. Good Lord, man. We don't want to overlook that. Please, by all means, retype it for us, Matt, and put it in caps like you did before. Yeah. Or should we call you Carmela? I want to rewatch The Sopranos. I've already watched all of it twice, but it's long. So it's many seasons. I think it's 6 seasons. Yes. No, I knew that. Tommy has reformed, no longer an addict or robber, and he helps so many people kick the habit. That's why I'm looking forward to this, guys, because also I saw that he has a cat. I like that he's an animal guy. What is my favorite Christmas movie, Joey? Love Actually, by far. I like that he's an animal guy, and I do honestly look forward to this chat because he and I texted each other today, and I really like what he had to say. He's a very down to earth guy. I don't know him yet. And I texted him back and I said, I don't know you yet, but I'm really looking forward to knowing you. And I said, I hope that we can keep this up and make it a regular thing because I just like what you have to say. I like your point of view on life. He said something like life isn't that bad and connecting with people is what really matters. And I just really liked his point of view. I love it when you meet somebody and you don't know them yet, but they say things immediately that you're like, oh yeah, I could be friends with this person for sure. Susie the Spicy Little Princess. Oh yeah, of course you do. Big chubby guys is where it's at. I love. So then I have hope that there's men out there that are attracted to chubby girls. Like I hope that not all guys are just attracted to like teeny tiny women, but like also this kind of chub. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. Frank Zappa. I don't know if I know who that is. Wasn't he a singer? E. Jensen. It's my first time participating in a chat. I love Wednesday night game night. Will Mike continue to play? The 4 of you were great. I sure hope so. And thank you for being here and welcome. I hope that he does. Yes. I really liked Mike too. I would like to do something with him as well, just one-on-one. Rosalind, you aren't that chubby. I'm pretty chubby. I'm 180 pounds ish. Pretty chub. No, I'm about 185 really, if I'm being honest with myself. You prefer big chubby guys, not for you, but for the girls. Steve-O, you're always so giving like that. When did you start the chat? I started about August 1st, my channel. Yeah, I want to hear this guy's story. I'm reading your comments. Let's see. Tommy is just a genuine guy and a straightforward person. I can't wait for the conversation you two are going to have. I think your personalities are going to be great together. I hope you're right. I really am looking forward to it. Oh, there's Amanda. I tried the lip stain once. It wasn't Sephora, but it got all over my teeth and I didn't know it. Oh God. Do the Sephora ones do that? No, but here's the thing about lip stains, Amanda. You just need to check your teeth every time. Like when I put lipstick on, it happens, babe. It'll happen. So you need to check your teeth. Yeah, Abigail says Tommy is very supportive of Aaron. I know they're friends. He's done many videos to support him, Reese you, and he should get along well. I don't think we'll have any issues. I just think Yeah, Rachel, I'm not into a skinny guy either. I like a chub. I like a big chubby dude. He shot heroin for decades? Wow, I'm glad he's still alive. Aw, Grandma Andy, longtime lurker, first time chat today. Retired Red is the best moderator. Oh my god, she's wonderful, and thank you for being here and speaking up. What do we plan on talking about, Blue Drill? I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it yet, but I do best. What is Tommy's channel name? The Lifeboat. I do best not having a plan, if that makes sense. I think most of you who've followed me and have watched me long enough, J Beans, where is it? It's the Sephora brand lip stain. Look up sweet raspberry and you'll see all the colors. Guys, I do best not I do best winging it. I really don't. I kind of tense up if like we have to stick to some subject and stay on. I mean, I can do it. It's not like I can't do it. It's just I do best kind of like someone says something and then we go down another little hole of what that's about. So thank you, Stephanie East. Reese, your lipstick is red. I'm a guy. What dry shampoo do I use? I swear by it. Moroccan oil for light tones for me. They also make it for dark tones, and I've used a lot of dry shampoos, and that's my favorite. It just there's something about the texture of that, and it really makes it your hair can go further. I've tried so many dry shampoos that can get real weird. I don't like the texture or the feel. Yeah, make it make sense to me either. Denver Stevo, good lord. Yeah, I like that too. I bet he can say cooter. We'll test that out. That's a good point. Good point you make. How long does anybody know? I'll find out. But how long was he in prison? Joey, I live in Kansas City. How long was he in prison? Oh, Jilbo Baggins, not Moroccan oil, babe. Have you smelled Moroccan oil products? Oh my god, it smells amazing. I love the smell. Um Oh, really, Barb? He told the story of where Stacy Peterson's body ended up when he what are you talking about? Because that was an interesting story. Lacey Peterson story. I remember watching and following all of that. Whoa, Kid Gulliver. He was in prison for 11 years. Ooh. Ooh, that's a long time. Yes, Moroccan Oil's dry shampoo because I use a lot of their products. Yeah, and if you have dark hair or light hair, they have light tones and dark tones. I could use either one. It's not I've tried both. It's amazing. I love their dry shampoo. I use it every night. Yeah, I love Moroccan Oil. Oh, hey Marie J, I'm glad you're in here, babe. That's a long time. That's crazy. Do I need this in anymore? I don't know. I'll leave it in. I'm scared. I don't want it to mess something up because it could. Um That's crazy, Barb. I did not know that. Yeah, so did Scott Peterson kill Lacey Peterson? I think he did. But then I saw some documentary about it like a year ago that maybe he didn't. Like stuff is coming. I watched that. Now I need to rewatch it because now I remember there's a lot of things that came out since that like proved that he didn't do it. That was weird. Barbara, try it. I think you would like that dry shampoo. Really? It did imply the thing I watched. What did I watch? It kind of implied that he was framed. Ooh, I'm uncomfortable with that. Guys, that's a scary thought. Can you imagine being framed and going and doing time for something you didn't do? I would just end it all. There's no way. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to talk to Sterling about. I'll talk about that next week. Death in Scientology. Oh, and are we not talking about Scott Peterson? Was with her husband and Scott Peterson. You also have Stacy Peter. Oh, two different cases. Okay. Yep. You're right. That's two totally different people. Yeah, I don't know. All this time I thought Scott Peterson was guilty, and then I watched something a year ago of all the evidence that's since come out. What was it? I know. I saw something that said like 9 other pregnant women were killed in her area like that month or something crazy. That's crazy. Like there was all kinds of things. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it because I don't know, but I know it freaked me out. 'Cause he seemed guilty to me when it first all went out and went down. I thought for sure Scott remember all the things, like, he dyed his hair, he was trying to leave the country, like, um, just some weird stuff. But then now, years later, stuff's come out that it's not. I don't know. I wouldn't be a good person on a jury. That's amazing, Roxanne wins. I'm gonna start that Mindhunter again. Wrote a book in there frequently on you. Oh my god. That was the best show. Okay, everybody's saying Scott did it, and he probably did, guys. I just remember whatever I saw. Okay, everyone is like, Scott did it. That's okay, human. We're just glad you're here. I am going to sign off soon, though, guys. It's been 2 hours. Ugh. Scott Peterson gave me the creeps. Like, I immediately thought he did it just based on all the stuff. Remember when she was the day, it was like Christmas Day that she went missing? And remember, didn't he like call the police and say Lacey's gone? He didn't say like she's missing. He said she's gone. Yeah, there were too many weird things. Didn't he like put the house up for sale like 2 days after she died or something? I was weird. There was too many weird things. Guys freak me out. He got a life sentence because he had been sentenced to death. Okay. Everybody's saying he's guilty. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk with Tommy. I just am. I see a lot of things in him that I like, a lot of attributes that I like about him. I know Chow Yun Smut, it flies by. Love you, curious cat. Yeah, Sarah Robin, he said her name in past tense too. Ew, I don't like it. I don't like that. It really gives me the creeps that you can be married to someone and not know them. Like, dude could be chopping you up and you didn't even know and you were married to him. It makes me so uncomf. Ooh, I don't like it. Yeah, so Elizabeth, it's tomorrow night. Tommy and I are gonna get on tomorrow night. I think it's gonna be 7 my time, Central Time, but I kind of wanna see if Huxley's not gonna go to his wrestling meet. I would rather do, like, 6 o'clock, like we did with Sterling tonight, but if it has to be 7, that's totally fine too. I don't know Tommy's time zone. I don't know where he is. Yes, Kila 7 Central. I know Tommy's going to love you, Reese. He's wanted to make a video with you for a long time. Yes. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. That's right, Amber Frey. He had an entire girlfriend on the side. Oh, man. People you just don't know a person. Yeah. Nicola. Likewise, Reese, I see a genuine character in Tommy. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, and I hope that you guys hey, Eileen. Where did it go? Eileen said hi. Just wanna say hi back. Um, Me too, Mother Bear. I hope that he's better. It's weird. I Huxley's had a cough for a couple of weeks, but now it sounds worse and he sounds congested. And so I'm doing Mucinex D, decongestant. I just got more at the pharmacy and he has no other symptoms. So I think I'm gonna maybe think about a doctor's appointment if we're gonna hit the Mucinex every 12 hours for the next like 2 to 3 days. And then I'm not gonna mess with this. Now he has no other symptoms, no fever. Um, he seems to be fine otherwise, but yeah, I'm not comfortable with this cough. I don't like it. No way. Edie and me, Miller. The documentary you're talking about was from the evidence his family put together. Wow. Okay. Yeah, everybody's saying he's guilty. He probably is. Interesting, Barbara. I did not know that. Bronchitis? Maybe. Maybe. Lots of water. Yes, Kilo with the Mucinex. I've already told him that. Like, we need to drink full glasses of water. He can taste food, Philip. Yeah. We've had COVID a few times. Yeah, there's a chest infection going around. It's not anything I wanna mess with, so I'm gonna hit the Mucinex. I'm gonna take it have him take it like we're supposed to, and then, his doctor's easy. His pediatric doctor is not hard to get into, um, so we'll be sure to do that. I just wanted to actually try this first because I know that when we go to her, his doctor, she'll be like, "So what have you been trying at home?" And I'll have to be like, nothing." So, yeah. Good night, Creekside Acre. That's wild. Yeah, lots of tea, soup. Mhm. I do that anyway. Oh, Mara, really? Your daughter just came off a long respiratory virus, missed 20 days of school, wasn't COVID or flu. Oh god. I hope she's all right now. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about, Mara. Okay, well, I won't mess around. I take this stuff very seriously. At the same time, I don't rush to the doctor like immediately. I try to deal with stuff like with over the counter first, but if it's like a matter of days and it's not improving, we'll go to the doctor. He may need an antibiotic or something. Bye, Lisa Schulz. Ooh, yeah, you're in Modesto. Yikes. What? Scott told Tommy what he did with Stacy's body. Different. Okay, okay. 13 years in prison. He doesn't, sadly, I'm shocked. Jeff and I love garlic. He's not a huge garlic person. I could eat garlic just cooked, but raw. Like, I could just eat. I used to buy it at Whole Foods that way. Okay, she's good now. You did Mucinex. Okay, Mara. All right. Well, I'm not gonna mess around. As a matter of fact, I am gonna let me track where Huxley is, guys. He went with his dad today, which was nice. He hasn't been with his dad for a long time. I am gonna hop off here shortly because I want to catch him. Okay, he's on his way home. They're 12 miles away. So I am gonna hop off here shortly. Okay. Have I used a humidifier? I bought one and it broke. I bought it at Costco, so I need to take it back. I'm really mad about it. I'm frustrated. I need a humidifier, and I need to go take that back. You just reminded me. I have some prescriptions ready at Costco too. So I hope not Keela. I hope he doesn't have RSV. Can they test for that? Wait, Tommy, bye, Elizabeth. Spent a year working with Scott Peterson every day. He told Tommy everything. Ooh, that sounds juicy. The Peace Lady. Yes, you can. Okay, yeah, I'm not messing around with that, Mara. That is scary. I don't want him to get any kind of an infection. Wow. Okay, everybody wants to see Gert before we go. Let's do it. Oh, hi. Wow. Oh, it's a baby. Oh, it's a little bubba. It's so little. Oh my God. Look at it, you guys. Look at it. Look at it. It's been napping, sleeping away. Look at how cute. Look at how little. So dainty. Did you know that you were this small by chance? Did you happen to know that you were absolutely tiny? Unreal, you guys. Did you know that you were born next to Jesus in the manger? Did you know you've never made a mistake in your entire life? And you were sent down by angels? Oh my God. Extra small, Katie, extra tiny. Oh, Millie the dandelion, Gertie. She says, Gertie Wertie. Yeah, Huxley has a lot of close contact doing wrestling. I'm not gonna let him wrestle tomorrow. I'm not gonna let him wrestle this week if he's and he even said he won't be able to anyway. The refs won't let them. They do a physical check on him. So she is a frosted mini wheat with eyes. Guys, there's a lot of people still in here. Please make sure that you're still subscribed if you want to be. I would appreciate it so much. Look at how tiny though, honestly. It's really a lot to take in. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. My dog, Wendy, I think she's about 9. I rescued her when she was 2. I love Moroccan products too, Carol. I will. Don't worry. ShanWow, Mucinex, don't worry. I won't mess around with it. I don't mess around with my child's health. I'll mess around with my health, but I'm not going to mess around with his. Abigail, test Huxley for COVID. I had a cough for 5 days, went to test the day before church because I work with kids. It was positive. Okay, I can do that. I can make that happen. Oh yeah, RSV is viral. Okay. What kind of dog is she? I think she's a mix between maybe a Brussels Griffon and a Yorkie, but who knows? We just know that it's tiny and it works. Look at it. Look at the face. Look at the face. Dainty little kisses too. Dainty is all get out. Everybody knows. For the people in here that don't always watch, she was born right next to Jesus in the manger. So, yeah, she grew up with Jesus, with JC. Tommy's too much of a gentleman. Gertie never gets hyper or barks. Not really, no. Guys, I know baby Chewbacca. Oh my God, it's too much. Every time I see her, and I've seen her every day for 7 years, every time I look at this dog, it's like I've never seen her before. I fall in love every time. I've seen a Brussels Griffon. Yes, she looks similar to a Brussels Griffon. Too little, really tiny. Dainty. Oh my God, that's so funny, Jarrett. See, we need Gertie bumper stickers, WWGD. That's hilarious. And yes, we should come up with that. Keela, don't worry. Jeff and I were talking about it and we're looking into the merch store stuff. Don't worry. We're all over it, babe. Yeah, it's a lot, guys. No, Tommy wants to just stream it actually onto my channel tomorrow night. I asked him if we want to do both channels, and he said he would prefer to just come onto my channel. So it will be on my channel, guys. I think that's what he said. We'll work it out, and I will post it. Don't worry. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting him. So I guess I will hop off. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. This was really nice. I'm glad that I stuck around. And I will be back on tomorrow night with Tommy. And, you'll see me all week. Make sure you're subscribed. And I love you guys. Thank you for all your super chats. Thank you for all your wisdom. Thank you, Ty's channel. And I really do love and care about you all. So thank you for sticking with me. And thank you for your private messages. And just, I really, really appreciate my relationship with you guys. I love the connection that we have. Don't worry, Tampa Bay man. We're not going to go there. I was just kidding about that. I kind of stick to that kind of chat on my own channel, guys. I don't chat about weird, uncomfortable things with people and push boundaries. I'm not going to do that. So I think you guys know me well enough. I won't do that. Okay. Love you, Armine. Love you, Peace Lady. I got Gertie here. I will see you guys tomorrow night, and everybody have a nice evening. Okay. Here comes, I'll put Fred on, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for sticking around, guys.